It is cold, but sunny, which shouldn't surprise anyone. Thunder Bay is the sunniest city in eastern Canada. A very big matchup in Pool A is our feature in Thunder Bay. Nancy Martin started her Scotties 2 wins, all but a couple of losses, has now dropped them back into a cluttered mid-pack. Can the veteran get her team back on track? Another squad with the same record, Team Alberta. Kayla Skrlik also began her Scotties with a couple of wins on the losing end last night, though. Skrlik wants to rebound this afternoon. Alberta, Saskatchewan, draw 11, it's next. And the Fort William Gardens is our home for this year's Scotties Tournament of Hearts, and they like to think of themselves as the curling center of Canada, and the big stone out in front right on the button. But it is only the second largest curling stone in the country. Let's get caught up on what happened earlier today, and it was teams from Group B on the ice. Manitoba's Carrie Anderson against Northwest Territories' Carrie Galusha. This one goes to an extra. Galusha has already thrown her first. Went deep. Anderson has a chance to get down on top and maybe steal a win, but she comes up light, crashes, and so Galusha hands the 4-time Canadian champion a big loss. Elsewhere, it was Ontario with a steal of 3 to win 9-6. It was Caitlin Laws. She scored three different times in a big win. And Kate Cameron, Manitoba, stole 9 of her 12 points. So Pool B, look at this. Ontario on top there, 4-1. Then you've got the 2-3-1. Keep in mind, both pools, only the top 3 will advance. Deciding factor will be head-to-head record. Today, this afternoon, it's all about teams in Pool A. And on this Tuesday afternoon, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Thunder Bay. Our continuing coverage of the Scotties. Joe's here. Russ there. We'll hear from Kathy momentarily. My. It was an interesting morning, to say the least.
Carrie Galusha, I think if every team in this was a world champion, she'd go undefeated. Like, she just rises to the occasion every time. And then you start thinking, what's going on this week? Anderson's lost 2 already. Caitlin Laws has lost 3 already. McCarville, the home team's lost 4 already. It's only Tuesday. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it's really wide open, it appears to be at this moment. This afternoon now, again, they're all big when you consider the fact that it's head-to-head, which will determine things. It is Saskatchewan and Martin against Kayla Skrlik in her second appearance now as the Alberta champion, and does appear to be more confident.
They really do. They played the most 12 spiels, and that gives you some confidence. And I'm confident in Kayla Skrlik. The delivery, the solid form, bent arm, square shoulders, and she, more importantly, got the demeanor to be a skip and make those big shots at the right time, and she's been doing it so far this week. Nancy
Martin, first time as a skip at a Scotties. What does she love to do? She loves to play the mixed doubles game, likes lots of stones in play. But then in the 9th last night against Homan, at Homan effect, she showed her too much respect.
Yeah, she had Team Homan on the ropes, but as soon as they got away from that play to the middle, was forced to the edges, they lost their edge, and they have to go back to what they know. For this team, the best defense is offense.
So that's our featured game on this Tuesday afternoon from the Scotties. It is Alberta against Saskatchewan. When we come back to Thunder Bay.
Just take one game at a time. A playoff run would be phenomenal, but it's the Scotties, the event's long, and everybody's good here, and everybody's playing at the top of their game, so we're just going in to make shots and do the best we can.
It's the toughest field we've ever seen. It should be. We get better every year. Every curler gets better every year. Every province gets stronger. We are just excited to get out there and show what we got.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. By Home Hardware, here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. and by BKT Tires, growing together.
Beautiful waterfront here in Thunder Bay. Just one team not playing out of the group. That's Corinne Brown at 4-1. 3 other games on the ice from Pool A. Here's Kathy.
Well, Rachel Homan and Team Canada put their unblemished record on the line this afternoon against New Brunswick. Melissa Adams, Tracy Fleury, wow, 99% last night. Alberta's Selena Sturmey has been off for over 24 hours, playing yesterday morning and then having the bye. Will want to rebound from her loss yesterday morning. They'll take on PEI and Jane DiCarlo. And finally, Krista McCarville from Northern Ontario got her first win yesterday. Is it too little, too late? Don't know, but if they run the table, they'll find out. They take on Nunavut.
Time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. The Alberta champions, they're from the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary, skipped by Kayla Skrlik, backed up by Jerry Lee Ramsey, Ashton Skrlik, and Margot Fleming. Saskatchewan champions, they're from the Nutana Curling Club, Saskatoon. Nancy Martin is at the head with Deanna Doig, Kadriana Lott, and Shaylin Stewart lead through third. Saskatchewan has, in fact, won the draw to the button, so they will have the hammer playing the Yellowstones, and did it by just less than 10 centimeters. And so Alberta will get us underway here playing the Red Stones. Had a chance to chat with the Alberta coach, Shannon Clybring, of course, the Olympic bronze medalist of 2006. And I said, what's the biggest difference? He says, well, we're a little more aggressive in our second time. I said, so what happens now? She says, well, if we don't have the hammer, we're going to put up the guard. All right, Shannon, we'll see right now.
That is the sign. If you're the other team, you're Nancy Martin, you're looking for clues. You're looking for an edge somewhere. And when somebody drops the guard without hammer, you immediately go, they are confident. Might not work, but that's a very aggressive play.
Line's good.
We saw for years, Joanne, I had 5-6 years back, almost every sheet threw it in the rings.
Yeah, a few different reasons for that. You bank a little bit of time that way. It's a 10-end game, so you kill off an end and save some time on your clock.
Okay, mark down, never to talk to Shannon again.
Don't ever tell the truth to Vic Ryder.
Wow. I mean, the coach really did. She said, thought they were obviously more confident, more aggressive in their play. Maybe something in the discussion. Okay, unable to hold the shooter. Let's take a look at keys to the game. And we will start with Alberta and Kayla Skrlik.
Well, bail early for sure. That will draw the play into the rings. That'll make it more of a hitting contest. The best way, probably the only way to beat this Nancy Martin team is make them hit. That's probably their weak link for sure. And sisterly love. Ashton's first 2 or 3 games have not been that high percentage-wise. Her rock positioning will force Saskatchewan to hit.
You can go.
Skrlik trying to win the first championship for Alberta since 19 and Chelsea Carey. For Saskatchewan, Nancy Martin, it has been, last time was 2011. Amber Holland won for Saskatchewan. As we check the keys now for Martin.
Now they want to lead the way. Deanna Doig was all over Sarah Wilkes last night for a good portion of the game, getting her rocks in the right spots. A few ends she wasn't able to do that, and they weren't able to get the setup that they wanted. And they need to find the right side of the inch. They had a couple in the middle of the game over curl last night, just marginally, and it gave their opposition an out. They need to make sure they're on the right side of tolerance.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Sponge Towels. Absorb life, all of it.
Line's great. Top 4. Yeah, make it good. Full 4. Yeah, coming down hard. Hard. Drag it. Hard. Great. Oh.
Just perfect.
Really good throw.
We saw this, as you said, Joanne, in the Holman game. It took Team Holman nearly 2 hours to wrestle control away from this team because they put a lot of heat on the opponent by doing that.
And it was more of the fact, we still say that Martin decided to stop wrestling in the 9th.
Right.
Went to her neutral corner and said,
That's right, I'm done.
enough."
Yeah, it was a strange flip. We watched this for 7, 8 ends, and then the 9th bang. What a reply.
Good. Good. 4-6.
There you go, Sisterly Love.
I got a 47. Really good.
Huge.
Yeah.
I said freeze. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 14.
7, 8.
Nice tight center guard for Alberta, too, that can be run in there at any point.
It's a little bigger than you.
Hey, Ruben now. Wait, line's
Top-
good.
Top T. Top T.
Whoa.
Top T. Okay, coming down.
Okay, whoa.
Just to it.
Line's good. Straight. No bounce on this line, Shay. Line's good.
We're all there. We're there.
Yeah. Gotta stay high.
Line only. Line only. Line only.
Waits there.
It's okay. You gotta stay
there.
high. Waits there. Waits there. It's okay. Good. Nice shot.
So if you're just joining us for the first time, about Nancy Martin, this is a Martin loves to play mixed doubles. So does her third, Shaylin Stewart, then Adriana Lott. And this going to the middle is strictly really is the tendency of the mixed doubles game, Joe. So great to play it, but at some point in time, don't you have to know when not to play it, to take the foot off the pedal proverbially?
Exactly, and there's two kind of points there. Is if you're playing to the middle, you have to execute, especially when you don't have the hammer. And then in this situation, Saskatchewan does have the hammer. If their opposition makes all their freezes, they have to create a bit of space if they want to score their multiple.
Yeah, really light, yeah. 7-2.
She also squared it off.
Yeah. Okay.
Shoot.
Yeah, it squared it off as a polite way of narrow, turning it in, pointing it in, and it just got off that beaten path that everybody warms up to get to draw the button, and it just makes you look really bad. It was probably top 12 out of her hand. Missed the path.
What are they trying here? The angle raise on the yellow under red?
Yeah.
Try to keep their shooter. They're just throwing lightweight here. Could sit 3.
Whoa! Close! Curl! Curl! Has to curl!
In Adriana Lott, you've got a Canadian mixed champion with her husband Colton of 24. There's your angle. Now, can that shooter hang around? No, it won't. And
That's really
they'll
good.
push that Alberta stone to the back 8.
Good sweep, Shay.
How key is
Play this run!
losing that shooter, do you think, Russ?
They would have loved to keep it, but you certainly want to keep it. You didn't want it in front of the T line anyways because it would set up a double. And that was a perfect shot because there's nothing to come off of. 2 guards in the way, and Alberta's in big trouble already. And again, it's just rock positioning. Nancy Martin, 71% is a skip, which is extremely low. And they're a couple shots away from being undefeated this week because they're forcing the opponents to errors.
Margot Fleming, that will do. Opens it up, gets her to their own stone on the way through, but the center is wide open. Fleming in their first season, replacing Brittany Tran as she comes south from Yellowknife after 4 years with Kerry Galusha.
Closer to that.
Brilliant opportunity here for more than 2. Sink one here.
It should be
If Alberta goes for the double, they're probably rolling out, and you sink another one.
Wait's good!
Got to be a little sticky here.
I think you gotta go. Stay down, Cage.
Shaylin Stewart
For you, but I think you have to go.
wanted me to make mention that, yeah, she was born in Yorkton, but she grew up in Oxbow, Saskatchewan, down in the southeast corner of the province.
Boy, that was a long way on offline there. Didn't finish.
Yeah, the broom was just on the other side of center. That's a really interesting spot.
It's a triple. What about this and under? No. Well, it's the shortest run back ever. Yeah, I don't think you lose the second one too. Yeah. You got it. Wait. Peel. You got it. You got it.
Need a couple of doubles here. They're going to give up a couple points.
Yep. Sure. You got it. Margot. My out turn. Yeah. You got it. Peel plus. Clean. Peel. Ash. Yeah. Oh. Ash. Ash. Hard. 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 Hard.
Got one, touch them all, sure
Great
does.
shot.
Very nice.
Yeah,
That shot of, you just don't realize that first shot of Fleming, how big that is, you know, to open up everything.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Now you have more tries to get out of jail. If she misses it, and then it's eventually made later on, you don't have enough time to make these doubles. So they're still going to need another double, probably.
Yeah.
See if this one curls joint.
Oh, that's nice.
Hair more.
Broom was on the lower side of center line, closer to that corner guard.
She's a little wide yet.
The first one they had to jump on out of her hand for speed, though. This one they were able to let it work.
There it goes.
We're there.
So maybe that bodes well for Saskatchewan. Three wins with Last Rock, and they start with the hammer in this one. And around the corner they go. Does it show on that outturn side?
A little.
Yeah, I like that.
Tough to get it though this early. Yeah, you can see part
Do
of
you
it.
like that? The double's thin. It's like here.
It's like a quarter, yeah.
I could play it.
I like it.
What do you like?
That's fine.
Yeah. Control.
Okay.
Should curl up. Okay.
Half a rock's a hair
Yeah.
thick, and you
You got it.
always love to be aiming at half a rock. You don't want to
Corner
be.
rock's a little
Yeah.
scary first end
Yeah.
if you take a little too much ice and you end up flashing.
Okay.
I thought she might take it on, though. Just knowing Kayla as a skip, she's never afraid of making the big ones. Nothing wrong with this call either. Try to hit and roll and sit shot rock. Force Nancy to do something about it.
Okay. You got it. Clean. 10-5. 11. Clean. 10-5.
Skip stones.
10-11. Curl.
And Kayla Skrlik.
Yes. Okay. I missed it.
Got caught up in a pebble.
Yeah.
Apparently Lynn Ramsey, who throws the lead stones, goes into the house to hold the broom for the skip.
I don't even threw the rings by 2 feet. Really slow down the center.
I wasn't sure nose or roll away, but
Well,
What do you like
yeah.
here, Joe?
yeah.
It's just
Could go around.
This is harder double on the nose than if
Okay.
you roll away
Yeah.
and leave her that.
Okay.
So
Two
this
would be
is
good
harder.
though.
I kind of thought she might come around.
Yeah.
Kind of wait.
That good 10, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
They've just had a hard time. They had a hard time landing the first one. They found the path on Shaylin's second, so they have a good idea what the spot is doing.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. And then it forces Skrlik out wide on that to get that back one, which is not easy.
Just nose. Yes, 10. Good finish.
Where would you go if you were going to just draw around?
Same shot, just a hair lighter. Yeah, just foot or two light. That, yeah, you know, it's virtually dead buried from the hack.
Okay.
Tempting.
And to what you were speaking with earlier, so that's mid-pack in terms of skips at 71%.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going. Hard.
18 teams in the field.
Whoa. Big roll if we can.
Okay, that's good.
It's so thin there. It's right here.
So this is closer to the
On
half
the handle
rock.
there. Yep. Heel. Yep. Oh my God, my broom. Okay, you got it. Yep.
It'd be a bit crispy down here too. Some of the teams will throw right up the middle in practice, won't they?
Yeah, they get 9 minutes before the game, so sometimes they'll throw a few paths before they start to break down the last stone draw
That's
path.
kind of what we've been seeing, though, like on those down weight hits. It's just like,
Also watch for trends as the week progresses, as things settle down. I'll have a good idea where to put the broom here.
Trying to make the double, get herself out of trouble. Final stone, Alberta. Kayla Skrlik. Fleming now. Have you got this, ladies? Have you got it? And yes, you do. Very nice.
Great shot. Great, Kayla. Great shot. Good call.
That's what I was getting at with the opening pick. Kayla's team just really didn't show up in this end, did not make a lot of shots, didn't phase her in the least. Made a hit and stay to force a chance at a double and made no mistake. Well thrown. Pretty good speed too, Joanne. It was coming hard.
Yeah, really, I've seen her make some really accurate big weight hits.
I know you. As a player, I mean, you think, does Martin say, oh, shoot, maybe we should have gone behind the corner
Absolutely.
at this point? You know,
No kidding.
So a really nice double by Kayla Skrlik. Saskatchewan pitches it through. We blank the first here in Thunder Bay. Day 5 of the Scotties. What are you chuckling about?
You're counting on your
I
fingers.
did. I had to count on my fingers to see what's
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, it is day 5. And we're here at Thunder Bay.
You know you're in the playoffs when Vic shows up with no shoes.
That's right. Welcome back, everybody, to Thunder Bay and the 65th edition of the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. Nancy Martin, Saskatchewan, against Kayla Skrlik, Alberta. And that blank in 1 means that Saskatchewan once again will have last rock, have the hammer, playing the Yellow Stars. And their lead from the Nutana in Saskatoon, Deanna Doyle.
So interesting, Vic, as you mentioned at the end of the end, do you think Nancy regrets playing the hit and instead of burying another one around the corner? And I think she definitely does. They had a chance there for sure for 2, even maybe 3, and ended up coming out empty-handed with a blank.
This isn't bad. Control.
All right, Kathy, let's start our updates with Northern Ontario's Krista McCarville. Finally got a win yesterday as she plays Nunavut.
Well, Krista tried the double and roll behind the corner on her first. She got one and rolled too far, rolling out of the house. That allowed Julia Weigel to split, and that is why she's facing 2, electing to play the nose hit on a stone at the back end.
Yep. Hard. No roll. Okay, clean. Nice shot.
And that will work for the single to get them on the board.
10-1.
Dropping the first 4. We'll have to run the table and then need lots of luck. Again, realizing it's head-to-head first, and she's lost to some contenders.
Yeah, which means they've got lower seeds coming up, so that, you know, they can still, they played really well yesterday.
Yeah, the stuff leaves the Saskatchewan stone top button shot rock. Corner to work with for Saskatchewan.
3. Yep.
Both ends Saskatchewan's gone
Pretty nice here, Haley.
into the 4-foot, and it's forced, Alberta, it's forced Saskatchewan to hit, and it's made it a little bit simpler here. Yeah, I think that's kind of the plan now. Drag the play into the rings. Be tempting, though, to guard that one. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they're not. I mean, it is an opportunity to force a blank in the even end. Just eventually you want to have hammer coming home in the 10th, but for me, it's only the second end of the game. They've got a chance to put some pressure on Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
I know it's boring, but like maybe.
Yeah, because technically Alberta's losing. They don't have hammer here. It would be a great chance to steal.
Kind of wait. 10.
That's a good point, though, Russ.
11.
If Alberta goes centerline guard, Saskatchewan comes around that all day. So by going top 4, they're forced to throw that corner. And watching them this week, they haven't generated a lot of multiples with the corner. It's always playing around the middle, forcing precision out of their opponent, and that's how they get their points.
Yeah, no, it's a really good move by this young Alberta team.
Hers is just 11-3.
You don't see it much anymore. It's just that automatic center guard, and away we go.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
I think other teams sometimes, if you go top 4 as a team without hammer, they'll play the hit and roll to the side and then put up the delayed corner. So you don't love that. That's why I think most teams will put the center line up.
10, yep. 10, yep. All right.
Up and down the sheet as we play third stones now here in the second.
Clean. 10. Clean. Little big. Yeah. Okay. 9-5. Good sweep there. Just bump. I just didn't know if it was going to come down. Good, Margot. 11 or 11-5? No, they just polished it too. Straight. Yeah. Just bump. 11 is close.
Shaylin Stewart, Saskatchewan born, but lives in outside of Brandon, where she is a paramedic.
Shot. 10.5. Control is great. We'll try to flop a bit. Control. Should be polished up now.
In a second appearance.
Should be polished in this. Yeah.
The first was back in 21 in the bubble of Calgary when they all played with Sherry Anderson. They were a designated team by Saskatchewan Curling that year. There were no playdowns.
Control.
I was curious to see how teams manage the week at the Scotties. For Nancy and Shaylin, it's their second time around, but the Calgary bubble Scotties was missing a lot of the aspects of a true championship with no fans, no commitments, no autographs, no media. There was media, but not to the same extent. And managing your mental tank, that all that energy that your brain that it consumes outside of the game, like this is when it can start to really get tiring, and you have to be very aware of where you're at.
So true.
Yep. Hairless. Yep. Please.
Remember, Kathy, when we would stand up, we were in the stands, and we would talk down to the players on the ice because we could not. They wouldn't allow us on the ice. So we were about 5 rows up.
It was a very, very different time.
Oh, it's.
I remember playing in the playoffs that year, and I could hear you on the ice, Vic.
Oh. Imagine how it feels now, right beside you.
You didn't learn a thing, did you?
Yeah. That's been going on a long time.
Mm-hmm.
My first experience of that, we were doing a skins game way back when, in Newmarket, Ontario. And Ed Wernick was on the ice playing somebody, and there was nobody in the stands.
Got it.
And I was talking, and he waited and then looked back at me to see if I was finished before he threw.
10-5.
Yeah.
Yep. Clean. Yep. Clean. 10-5. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Skip Stones.
10-5. Hard.
Kayla Skrlik.
Hard to stay. Hard right to stay. 11.
I wonder if we go have another blank here, Joe, if in fact Skrlik will say, okay, let's go. We've had enough. Try to force something here. Go to that corner as we expected, or at least put something up.
I think I'd expect to see a centerline guard next end, just because if Nancy's willing to take the blank here, she might want to push for the blank next end to keep that hammer in the even ends, and you don't want to waste too much of the game here either.
Yes.
My other question is, will Nancy start to push and get impatient? I saw in a post game after her first one saying, oh, unfortunately we had to blank and end that game, because Nancy barely ever blanks an end. She takes a lot of pride in having lots of rocks in play, so she might start to push.
In talking with Nancy's coach, Sherry Anderson, and remember now they've been friends for a long time. They've played together. Sherry said something that seems to her this year, or with the new game, let's call it that, and you obviously can speak to it, is that usually you went out with a game plan for every end. And she says today it doesn't appear that way, that every teams don't have it as much. That that's why you end up yelling down, what do you want to play? And she goes, why are you doing that? Okay, an update for you. Let's check in on the undefeated Canadian champions, Rachel Homan.
I believe that it is the Team Canada stone that is second shot. And so this could be a shot for 2. On her final stone, Melissa Adams hit and rolled underneath, but probably a third open to Rachel. Trying to play a quiet wait.
Canadian champions from the Ottawa Curling Club. New Brunswick from the Capital Winter Club.
Needs to sit.
And it looks like it did not. That stone up at around 11 o'clock appears to be the second shot.
One yellow.
One it is. For Holman. But do you agree with that? That teams have sort of forgotten that aspect, that it's not that you won't change mid-end, but you don't go in with as many as a game plan.
I think it's definitely looser, especially with the 5-rock rule. If your team has an unfortunate miss or makes a really good one, sometimes you do have to pivot and be adaptable in the game in this day.
Yeah, it's just not as predictable. There's 13 rocks in play. You got to be willing to switch gears. You got to be willing to protect. You got to know how to miss. It's make all the players, better thinkers, better strategy.
Yep.
Right to it, Shay. Right to it.
Final stone looking for another blank.
I got it. Okay,
We're good.
I don't know. Great sweep.
And so we will put another blank on the board here in 2. Now we'll see. Will Kayla Skrlik put up that guard? How we see it here is how you see it at home. Our coverage of the Scotties, the Tournament of Hearts, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. Welcome back to Thunder Bay on this Tuesday afternoon. Our feature, 2 teams at 3-2. Alberta's Kayla Skrlik from the Garrison Club in Calgary against Saskatchewan, and the Nutana Curling Club's Nancy Martin out of Saskatoon. So yes, the center guard did go up from Skrlik. Anna Doig with her first went deep, and then the second stone from Alberta's Jerry Lynn Ramsey snuggled up beside.
Top 8. Okay, line straight right now. Top 4.
Make sure you're there.
Top 8.
Line's coming nice.
Yep. Top 8.
Hard. Go.
Hard.
Keep going.
Hard. First again. Hard.
Go.
Hard. Good sweep.
Not looking like a blank this time around.
Yeah. I can never follow her.
2 deep ones. Somebody's going to lock one in there, and that long one is really a guard, the one that was just thrown. So it's get that. I always wonder in this shot, though, if you're in this case, it's Alberta. They're trying to force or steal. Do you go right back and freeze it, and that guarantees, a force of some kind, or do you go top 4 buried, which is a winner if somebody can't get it out?
I think I like top 4 buried here just because there's 2 rocks at the back there. But if there's only one, I definitely like the freeze. There's a bit of a pocket, so even if they happen to be open a little bit, it's still really hard to remove.
Makes sense.
Hard, Margot! Hard, line! Hard! Keep going! Go, Margot!
Great scrub.
Ramsey and Fleming get it to the top edge of the 4. All right, let's drop in on PEI, who picked up their first win and against Selena Sturmey, Alberta.
Well, a really nice double tap, triple tap actually, by Veronica Main on her final stone to promote hers into the top of the 4-foot, but she did leave a piece of her shooter open. Selena trying to play the run double and bring her other 2 on the other side into play. Oh.
Watch out, you okay?
Didn't touch the stone at all, and that's good for 2.
Flew like a spread eagle.
That was very...
So that's a nice reply after giving up the steal of 1. Watch out here. There you go. Stay up. There you go. Nice job.
Ouch. Missed the rock, but her poor kneecap.
Did you get that?
Paige Paplik.
Down was Ashton's hog. If you're high, it's okay.
So gave up the steal of 1. Replies with a couple to take 2-1 lead.
It's so hard.
Carlo 1 and 3. Sturmey 2 and 2 coming in.
A little wider.
It's funny. Were you ever surprised by the quickness of it? I know when it's for me anyway. You start this on the Friday night and you go, oh my goodness, and then suddenly
It's over.
it's Thursday and the round robin is over. Do you feel that way too?
Yeah, this is always the point in the week where you're thinking, how am I going to get through this whole thing? Because you've played a few games, there's been all the stress, all the adrenaline, the body starts to feel that fatigue. And then you just get in a rhythm, and it's like they all say, day by day, game by game, and all of a sudden round robin's done and it's time for the championship round.
Especially now with this format, you're only playing 8. At one point in time it was, 11 game round robin.
It's definitely a more relaxed schedule this way. The teams will play morning and night or just the afternoon. So it then depends on where your bye falls. You get some time to rest. Used to be 2 10 games the entire way through, every single day.
Well, as Kathy pointed out, for Selena Sturmey, she hasn't played in 24 hours.
No.
She played yesterday morning.
And lost a tough one, gave up a deuce to Skrlik.
That's a tough time for your break.
That's it, exactly, Joe. The timing of it, you just sit there and stew about it.
Nice double peel. Like Adriana Watt.
First one was a little.
Just a guard. Okay.
The secret weapon for Saskatchewan didn't work this end. The front end missed a couple draws.
Okay,
No, Saskatchewan has to chase.
I know this one better.
I agree. Yeah, yours was a bit of a guess there.
Yeah.
You got it.
Good though, hey, Jer?
Yeah, quite nice.
Seems like a lot of ice for me, but I'm gonna think about it.
I know a lot of teams practicing now, Vic, with the no tick rule. The leads practice dropping the rock right on the center line, which is where they want this one. But it's not an easy skill when there's this much curl. It's easy to over or underbrush this.
Knife.
But you have to know how far that's going. They're going to have to really keep that alive to touch the line. Not that they have to in this case, but
It's so true, Russ. If that rock is 4 feet less, the shot rock is wide open.
and what happens, and you must have noticed it a lot, the skip or the thrower is screaming because they think it's wide or whatever, but you're going, no, wait a minute, it's deeper, so it's not wide because it's eventually going to curl.
Yeah, and I always found the hard part with placing a guard in the rings. If I yell top 12, everyone knows where that is within a foot, top 8. But the guard, it's just an expanse of white ice, so saying halfway, you know, it can be anywhere from 2/3 high or low, and it makes a big difference.
Right.
Lott, touch it on the way by, no, drives it by, leaves the center line guard there.
And if this was Nancy Martin's last shot, she would have played out turn to that back one, not in turn, and it's just taken it away, I believe. You might be able to get around it.
Curl there, then. What did she say?
Just maybe.
Yeah, not easy.
Yeah, like same, but like it's okay. Okay, yeah. No more. Like, yeah, okay,
got
I like
it.
that. I really liked your release there, too.
Just a wee bit easier to have a successful guard when there's already that yellow one out there.
That's close. I thought we were more.
Line's good.
I thought we were more.
Good. Top 12, 4.
You might have to go for line.
4, top 12. Whoa. 4. 4. Knife.
Don't need it in the rings.
4. Knife. It can't
4.
be.
We're not in.
It's hard.
Okay, well, that's better. 4 would be top 12.
Okay.
We're not in.
Yeah, it looks in.
It's not in.
Okay. Wow, that's...
Yeah, just in. Just nibbles.
5-5.
Cute on that one, though. If that stops a foot or so higher, there's a port.
I like that.
Okay.
What do you like this? Come here for a sec. I like the yellow, I think. Even if you end up double peeling or...
Like, I'd like to be able to draw in there at some point if I have to, but
Yeah, and even if I'm a little wide, the double peel. So.
yeah, exactly.
More good things can happen here. You can make the double peel, or you can run the yellow onto the top red.
Okay, you got it, Shay.
Well, thanks to
You got it.
the Brandon Fire and Emergency Services for letting me know that you're not just a paramedic. When you work in Brandon, you're a firefighter too. So doing double duty is Shaylin Stewart.
Whoa! Get off it!
Good.
That will spill one more in.
Good.
Good shit.
But at the moment, it is Skrlik sitting the two.
Play that, to be honest. I'd rather play this, but then she has this slash. Sure. Yeah, if you like, I don't mind that. Yeah.
Guard makes the most sense here. You got them in trouble.
You just don't want to set up like a double and then she's the ring split
Only
kind of
two
thing.
rocks left for
This
Nancy.
you don't like because you don't want to set up. Well, she's just gonna play this, run afterwards. Okay. Yeah. Where'd you have me? Not there. Sorry.
Great.
Oh, less than Margot's. Okay.
Wonderful curl here, Joanne.
Okay.
We're asking for almost 5 feet of bend coming in here. That's nice. It's closer to 3 feet when we started the competition.
Yeah, it's a big difference, and the speed is nice too. I heard 15.5 was the one that bit the top of the 12-foot.
You can always play like this a bit tighter. It's mostly a line call.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
This is well thought out. Some people might say, oh, we don't have hammer, let's just hit this open yellow. And Nancy would have been quite happy to see them do that and open up the 4-foot.
Thought we were just a 3.
However, you've got to be, if you're Skrlik, very happy because you've got the team with hammer chasing.
That's
and you want to keep them chasing, don't you?
Yep, no question.
We're gonna be close for line here. 3. Okay, careful. Whoa! You're over curling. You're over curling.
Just a 3, higher than your broom.
Whoa!
We're just a 2.
It's close. Fight the line. Fight it. Careful. Careful. Whoa, 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 whoa.
There. Sinks its teeth in.
There's a good point there. They wanted that 4, 5, 6 feet deeper. If she'd thrown that kind of weight, it would have overcurled by a ton. So good brushing judgment there to get off it and let it stop in time.
I think we could have dragged it. It's just like
I think
we had
so.
to
We had
stop.
to be. Yeah, careful.
Yeah. Oh, got a friggin' hair on my face. And then it zoomed in on me looking so funny.
That's close. Yeah, 3/4.
I don't think you want to get that close to half.
Okay.
Angle tap, it looks like.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like if that guard had been closer to the rings, Nancy would have been tempted to throw the run back and try to open things up. But because it's higher, don't leave, doesn't have any other options. So try to get shot here. You still could get a skips too.
Yeah, that's the way Nancy thinks. And again, it gets back to the mixed doubles. You're used to this type of situation. These are tricky though, to get the line dead right. Doesn't look like a ton of ice.
Might be throwing like a board just to take a bit of the curl questions out of it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Disturb the back.
Hair down. Yeah, then. Yep. Whoa. Let's go. Yeah. Hair down. Hard.
What a scrub.
Hard. Hard. You gotta go. Hard.
Got it, Nance.
The hit and roll in.
Have the same shot, or do you like coming right in? Really good weight.
Or we just do this. But she's going to play this again. Yeah, can you just do like the drop path and then if you... Yeah, that was my thought. Get in, and if you went... Yeah, and if I just come here, that's fine.
Well, we saw Team Canada miss that opportunity for 2 in the second. New Brunswick now with last rock as they play in 3.
And Melissa Adams and her team playing very well. Rachel Homan played an angle double on her first. She got rid of one, but kept the other one around. And on her second shot, they were 2, but they're side by each. So those are those really tough doubles. She threw a lot of weight, got one, did not get the other. And that's why it is New Brunswick line 1 in the 4-foot already. This is a draw for 2, needs 4-foot.
8.
They are not putting a brush to this.
In a 4th appearance at the Scotties. Last year went 2 and 6. And again, missed opportunity by both teams. Settling for just the single. She was 100% through her first 2.
Big opportunity there.
That's really close to my drive in, I thought. Mine's good.
Trying to sink another one, I think.
I thought they might just guard the draw because this could give something. Then he chop off.
Tight. It's picked. It picked. It picked. It's
Really over curling.
Yep. I guess try and guard
That's
the
too
draw.
bad. Grab something on the way down.
Yes.
All right. Okay. That's tough.
Yeah.
Tough one. 5-6. Just like picked.
Oh, yeah.
Still not an easy draw though.
No.
Navigate that port.
But if they'd ever come in and just
Yeah, they called it.
hit 3/4 that moved at a foot, you'd almost take everything away.
Yeah, and it just picked, or okay.
Bad break.
I wonder if it
Because
had
I was
something
like,
under it the whole
there's
time because you threw it nice. So I'm like,
Okay. Yeah.
In-turn draws
You
there,
like
but
the
it's
tap again or this draw?
really hard. Tap still there.
yes, hard.
Grabbed something and took off.
Oh wow, look at that go.
Lost all the speed.
Yep. I guess try and guard the draw. Yep.
Or we can do that since we know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You like this draw?
I like either, like, we know how to get there for this, but then also we just played that. So if you want
3 rocks is probably not ideal.
I don't mind either.
I think this is 14 here, like this spot. We've seen
Yeah.
a couple out there.
we're-
Just can't throw like 14-1. That's where they were like back 8 when they did that.
Is this a little wider than Deanna?
Not really.
Okay.
Tiny bit.
Okay.
Now this was her turn, Nancy, for the draw to the button. So, but I'm thinking, considering there's rocks in the way, she's out a little wider.
Yeah, I think it's right up to speed here.
T-line right now.
It's just your line's got to be awfully good too.
Don't want to.
Drawing against
No.
Line
a
only.
couple.
Line
There is
only.
room to get in
Line only.
if you can find the pass.
No. No.
Sit. Needs to curl. Needs to curl.
Sit.
Oh, it needs to curl, needs to sit, needs a lot,
Okay.
and doesn't get anything. 1 and 2. Steal of 2. Alberta. Skrlik comes here in the third with the early lead against Saskatchewan. Alberta, the Canadian champions. A Scotties championship for Manitoba. Rachel Holman is going to win a 4th Canadian championship. Yeah, those 3 provinces have dominated since 12, and for Nancy Martin, you have to go all the way back Saskatchewan to Amber Holland and her Scotties win in 2011. It finds herself down here as our featured game. 2 teams both at 3 wins and 2 losses. Blanked the first 2, and then Saskatchewan with the steal of 2 as Martin's last rock draw. A little heavy, slid too far, and it's a steal of 2. Once again, though, Saskatchewan and Martin from the Nutana in Saskatoon will have last rock, have the hammer, playing the Yellowstones.
Try hit and flop. If you flop big, it's not bad. Okay. Control. Okay.
Back to Sturmey and Prince Edward Islands de Carlo. As you said earlier, Sturmey hasn't played in more than 24 hours.
No, and coming off a loss, you just want to get on the ice, and they're certainly taking good advantage of that time being off. Lots of pressure on this PEI team. Faced 4 on her first, faces 3 on her second, needs to play the hit and roll in a little bit in order to score.
Keep in mind, with this team from the Crapo Curling Club and the Crapo Community Curling Club, it's Veronica Main who throws the 4th stones.
And that is not a good result.
To be honest,
And steal 2. Looks like it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Was I soft? Yeah, it was 11. That's what we asked. Yeah, it wasn't enough ice then.
It's fine.
Close.
I thought Nancy would just play the straight come around here this early in the end. This is a better result if you can hit and roll. But
Sorry, guys.
Good sweep.
I hate to admit this out loud, Vic, with Joe and Kathy with their ears on, but the front ends are making an awfully big difference in this game. There's a 20% advantage here for Alberta, and all of a sudden Nancy Martin can't do what Nancy Martin wants to do.
What is wrong with you?
No.
That's how you combat a team that likes to be aggressive, is you have to get your rocks in the right spot. And right now, that's put the pressure on Saskatchewan's front end, and they just haven't quite been able to execute.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, think about the game that we did last night with Saskatchewan and Holman, and Sarah Wilkes being that little bit off. Rachel was not be able to play the game she wanted, and Nancy was.
Tracy Fleury stood on her head, or they don't win that game.
Exactly.
That's fine. It was perfect. I just put it right in.
I've seen it a lot this week, Russ. The hit and roll has been a very low percentage shot so far. Like to start when it was really straight, as soon as you sweep it and it goes out too far, so you got to wait, and then by the time you've waited too long, and now with a bit more curl, they still just haven't quite figured out exactly where to put the broom.
Yeah, they're late on the sweep all of a sudden. Yeah, it's true. It's a hard shot.
Little less.
Well, and if you're Alberta, you just can't roll out. You can't go so hard to try to roll somewhere and roll out a play knowing that Saskatchewan will come around.
Close.
Kadrian Lott.
I got it.
And gets a little bit underneath.
Forces Alberta to play the other turn at this, though.
Yes.
And don't want to wreck on the guard, give up a cheap 2. You kind of have to flirt with rolling out. If any kind of overthrow, it'll be tough to stick it in the rings.
Come off a shade. Okay. I threw peel down here. It seemed to just run where I had it.
You got it.
Clean. Hair down. Clean. Whoa! Stop. Jer for a piece. Hard. You're going for a piece. Hard. Okay. Sorry, Kayla.
That's okay.
Yes.
Probably didn't need to jump it in hindsight.
No, sometimes as a sweeper, if you see something on release, you can save it. If maybe she thought it was soft, you just have to be sure that's what you saw, or else, as we saw there, it ended up resulting in the miss.
A bit down. Good. Very good.
Didn't really care for the release.
Okay, room right now.
Where are we?
Line screen.
Top 8.
Heads up, running.
Yep.
Running. Gotta go.
Curl.
Curl, Kate.
Curl,
Get it there.
Curl.
Get it there.
Shaylin Stewart.
Drag. Hard, drag it. Hard.
Lott, Doig.
Hard.
Oh boy, they got everything out of that, didn't they? Put half a
16.
stone underneath. Now when we came on the air, we showed you the outside of the Fort William Gardens, and that stone right there, and as they say, they call this the center of curling in Canada. It marks the spot right on the button, but it is the second largest stone. Kathy,
Yes,
do you
it
know where the
is.
largest is?
I believe I do. I believe that's in Arborg, Manitoba, which is in the Interlake area, just about an hour and a half outside of Winnipeg.
Wait close.
Okay, never mind. Yes, you are right.
You almost had her, Vic.
Arborg, Manitoba, where the largest stone is, built in 2005, some 1,300 kilograms or 30,000 pounds, the largest curling stone in Canada. Well done, Kathy.
Okay, so you guys had one more sweep.
We also have a town called Gladstone, and there's a huge Happy Rock out front, and I was so enamored of it as I drove by one day that I didn't see the reduced speeding sign, and so I always remember Gladstone because I got my first speeding ticket there.
I remember we did something in Selkirk, north of Winnipeg. Don't they have the largest catfish? There
Absolutely,
you go. What
they
you
do.
remember. Yeah.
Have to curl. Can you curl it? Cage, curl it.
No, don't
Looks
touch
behind the tee line for sure.
Touch it.
I think you can, Cage. Go.
Okay, go. Yep.
Go.
Hard.
Keep going. Yup.
Okay, good. Throw.
Now, ideally, would you have liked to have gone in a similar place to that first one?
Yeah, they were looking for a little bit deeper, like top 8 foot-ish,
Okay.
but they didn't want to leave a double off the side one. It was a pretty precise draw. I mean, the same spot probably would have been better than where it is now.
Yeah, it's a puzzled look, isn't it? Can't figure it out so far through the first 3 for Nancy Martin.
That's not a bad spot, though. If you ever roll this somewhere else, they're going to sink another one. Saskatchewan get a.
It's true, room for 2.
Yeah.
You got it.
Are they trying to roll on top, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
or the double? Roll on top.
All on top.
Firm. Clean. Close. Yeah, close. Close. Clean. Yep. Firm. Yes. Push. Whoa. Get it.
Got it,
Punch
yes,
it,
but
hard,
push
Jerry,
it through.
hard.
No,
Okay.
does not go.
That works.
When you're throwing across the face turn, you get a higher kick on contact, and if you just hit that in the exact same spot, the other turn would have made it.
Nunavut against Northern Ontario as we play in the fourth. And Northern Ontario, after that steal of 2 in the second, they blanked the third. We're now in the fourth.
Well, and it was a steal of a draw. Julia was trying to get to the 4-foot and went deep. This time she's already lying shot, a huge opportunity to take 2, but does need full 4, almost a bite of the button to get that second point.
Julia Weigel, of course, the sister of Lisa Weigel, now throwing the lead stones for Quebec.
And it will not get there.
So on the board with a single. Well, we've seen a number of missed opportunities today.
That's right. Right here, hey? Yeah. And you can always hit it a bit thicker because it's right at the back. Yeah, there. Yeah, I have. Peel. Okay. Maybe just put it on the one there. Okay. Maybe
well, both these teams have missed their opportunities for 2. This is Rachel Holman as we play in 4.
Well, and she's being forced facing 4 in this end. Melissa Adams and her team playing very well, and the Holman team just that little bit off.
Just whoa. Clean's good. Coming down. Weight's good. Heavy hack.
And in fairness, Rachel also takes risk when she has hammer because she knows she can do that.
80% on her hits and is perfect there. Have you got this to run it back and catch it again? No.
Yeah.
And so that miss, unable to push that stone to the back of the 12 through. That double earlier will give Nancy Martin in Saskatchewan the open draw for 2.
I ran like I thought your first one would run.
Yeah. Oh my God, this ice is my fucking. Who knows what it does. Every throw is a shade different. Like this.
That's the problem. When the throws are a shade different, it takes a lot longer to learn the ice. Was it the spot? Was it the throw? You need to eliminate one variable.
And we did the second half of the Einarson-Galusha game on this sheet this morning, and there definitely are some tricky paths. At some point, they'll just hang on, and when they start to break, they break. So there was frustration earlier this morning for the similar reasons.
Yeah, Kath, I heard you talking about getting out wide is a bit of a hill.
A little bit, and also release sensitive. I felt that Carrie and Val sometimes were throwing them a little bit soft, and they just didn't give them a chance.
Saskatchewan makes the draw. Brett Huffel feeling a little bit more relieved. We're tied at 2. The Fort William Gardens opened back in 1951, and today, as well as playing host to the Scotties, the Lakehead University Thunder Wolves play here, as well as the Thunder Bay North Stars of the Superior International Junior League. You'll notice the Northern Ontario team that carries their green and white and wears their North Star journeys, and that league, as well as others across the country, they all play for the Centennial Cup every spring. So the winner of that league will go to the Centennial Cup. As we welcome you back, in a 2-2 tie, Saskatchewan and Kayla Skrlik, Alberta, and here in the 5th for the first time in the game, Skrlik will have last rock, has the hammer, playing the Redstone.
Tried to caught in between on that intern come around for Saskatchewan. They're trying to get a bye, and they realized it wasn't. If they'd only known it was got off it a little sooner, they might have froze to the top one.
Yeah, this is a sweeper. You just hate those, because if you can make the perfect weight call, you get so much more out of that shot. Now they're in tough with Skrlik's going to just hit and roll to the wing, sit too early here.
Oh, let them off the hook.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
hard.
Kadriana Lott
Hold it out here.
Whoa! Clean!
Clean, clean, clean.
Whoa! Whoa!
makes her home in Gimli. So she's the import on this team.
That was an interesting call. They were really convinced it was narrow, and it actually didn't make the double on the wide side.
Heel. Okay. All right.
Next end it is.
Could split the rings, could go top 8. Buried.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised here, Russ.
Yeah.
Again, having the hammer in the even end in 6th, that now it's getting pretty important to flip that hammer. I argued about it in the second end, but I think I can get behind it now.
Yeah, the front end's behind it. They were all happy with the call.
The other thing, you come around, you end up half in the 8-foot, and then Nancy goes, okay, well, maybe I will play that draw and go back 4, back button.
And probably make it, too. That's the other thing.
Yeah. Don't want to get forced here.
You started out talking about sisterly love. Well, Ashton, 94% there. She had been at 75, so she's
really
got her best game going.
Clean. Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
Good. 9-9. Good throw.
All right.
Whoops. Good throw.
My controls have been good, eh?
Yeah, really good. Got it. Back here up. Okay, Margot. Knife. 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 Okay.
Good shot.
Good tape.
Some people will look at that and think that if you don't have the brush turned the other way, that it doesn't do as much or help as much. Does it really?
9-5, eh?
Yeah, it does, and we've seen it in the last couple of seasons. So historically, when you're trying to make a rock curl, the sweeper that the rock is curling away from would take the rock. Your push stroke is your strongest stroke, heats up the ice the most. And I think it was Team Mallet from Scotland were the first to do it. They turn their broom the skinny way in front of the rock, so that actually creates varying pressure in front of the running surface. You heat up the outside edge of the running surface, and the inside of that rock will catch the fresher pebble and move more. And you don't end up dragging the rock as far. You're trying to get it to go more sideways. As a sweeper, it feels pretty awkward to be putting all that pressure on the broom the skinny way. It definitely takes time to adjust to that.
Grab you in my hand and then.
They call it knifing. That's why you heard Kaylee yell, knife, 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 knife. Sometimes when they say switch, but like curl distance, that means that they want that sweeper that's switching to still keep their broom the wide way because they want to add the speed and the curl.
Where? It's really running. Okay, all you guys. Where is it?
Where is it?
Top 12. Okay, yep. 4-9. Gotta go again. Go, go, go. Hard. Top 8. Top 8. Keep top 4. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Just like losing with that curl.
Good.
4-9.
Probably nice 10 here.
So keep in mind, it's head-to-head results that determine where your placing is. So we know at 3-2 on the ice against Skrlik, and then we'll play 2 games tomorrow. And so you've got the advantage against McCarville and PEI and New Brunswick. But there you saw BC. You've lost to Holman. This is a critical game for Saskatchewan.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Sliver tight.
And just the way the schedule works out, they will be idle on Thursday. They would have played only once, but they have, that's their bye. Their bye comes on the last day.
Couple of rollouts from Saskatchewan allows Alberta to throw some free draws. You really hate doing that. It's not the end of the world to roll out here. It's going to be a blank. We all know that. But for a player to have a nice reference draw going into the second half of the game, that's a huge advantage for Margot Fleming.
It's just
No
really
pressure. Just find your top house weight.
It's gonna start sliding, I think. Yeah, that's
No, it's okay.
Nice.
Good. 4-4.
So for Skrlik, you can see picked up wins. That's a big one against Brown, who's not playing today at 4-1. Lost Holman, beat Sturmey, lost to McCarville. Now you're going to finish against two of the lower seeds in the pool. Again, how big is this one right now? Should you end up tied with Saskatchewan, and then of course you don't want to cough up one, say, to PEI and Nunavut if you are in fact Skrlik in Alberta. But it's been an awkward, or let's just say interesting round robin in many cases. We're seeing some teams lose that we didn't expect to. Northern Ontario's a good example of that.
Whatever.
We saw Laws drop that first one, Quebec. My gosh, she gave up 7 steals.
Really good, sweet.
And she's fighting for her life.
And Carrie Anderson has got a crazy tough schedule with 4 games left, all good teams with 2 losses.
Anderson losing earlier today and an extra and to Carrie Galusha in the Territories. It just hasn't gone to form. I mean, the only one really that has is Rachel Homan.
Yeah, true, and they've been tested.
Yep.
And you know, I'm going to just put it out there as a thought. So Curling Canada, if you remember when David came in, wanted everybody to throw the same, pull to the toe and do an absolute set. The first couple of days of this event, if you did that, you got no results whatsoever because it was very, very straight. And so the teams that had softer releases were getting some motion. Those teams weren't. As the ice gets better, I suspect all of those teams that threw that way, it's going to start to work for them again.
Yeah, very good point.
Good. Too safe. Great weight. Good. Sorry, Nancy. Nice kill. Good weight. Good kill.
All right, I'm going to come out here. So what's the point, Kathy? Or Joe? Of throwing, everybody throwing the same way. So David Murdoch's your high performance director. He wants you all to throw the same way. What's the point? Joe?
Oh, for me, perfect. Pulling into the toe, so right to the middle of the hack, it puts every single person on the exact same trajectory coming out. So your rocks will run the same. And especially in Canada, we have a lot of teams that don't have all 4 players in the same facility. It gets everyone on the same line so that when they come together, you can read off of everyone's rocks. You're not seeing different trajectories all over the map and trying to puzzle it out that way. We see it works really well for Scotland's put out some really top teams. You've got Mowat, you have Ross White. They all throw it like that, and that's how you learn the ice, especially when it's tricky. You can get a solid read off of everyone.
You saw there the draw weight is a problem for Nancy Martin. But that takes Russ. I'm just thinking about golf. The individualism about it. You don't see the Freddie Couples swing. You trying to think of others. Just everyone is sort of machined to throw it a certain way.
Yeah, there's arguments against it for sure, but in the case of golf, you don't have to match up with 3 other people. And here, you got to get the broom in the right spot. And we're talking millimeters getting by guards, hits and rolls. How do you throw a peel? It really makes sense what David did. That's the way we teach it in our clinics. And it takes a lot of guesswork out of the ice reading. And now the negative is how fast can the athlete adjust? You had to go through that. And it's some can do it, some can't.
And very nice to get the blank. And so that is our 3rd in this game for Skrlik. That's the 7th for her in the event. And that is the high. To the break in a 2-2 tie. The main lighthouse, and off in the distance, the sleeping giant at Harbor will be open probably mid to late March. They'll get the icebreakers out to make way for the grain and potash ships to get into Thunder Bay. Shannon Clybring, along with the team from the garrison in Calgary, in a 2-2 tie. And all smiles after the blank. They'll have the hammer when we start the sixth. Let's check the numbers after 5.
Two really surprising things jump off the sheet here, Vic. It's Nancy Martin's draw is only 42%. That's usually her strong suit. Also 3 blank ends. I never thought I'd see Saskatchewan with the scoreboard like that. It's a heavy draw in the third that gave Skrlik a steal of 2, but then Kayla unable to make that double, so the 2 came right back. We were all tied up.
Numbers after 5, they're brought to you by PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada. Nancy Martin celebrated a birthday yesterday. Would like to celebrate a win this afternoon along with her coach, Sherry Anderson.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
It is a beautiful but cold, sunny day here in Thunder Bay on this Tuesday afternoon. Everybody back to work after Family Day in most of the provinces, but not in the territories, not in Quebec. So nice to see Colin Hodgson, the 6-time prior participant, 5 of them with Manitoba, who's now here and coaching the team from Nunavut, and Julia Weigel. And man, he knows how to coach. When it comes to fifth end break, this was Sunday. Capicola, little maybe kielbasa dip. But we're going to go sushi now. That was yesterday, and then today, what's the it's Taco Tuesdays. How do you like that? That is some kind of coach. Well done, Colin. Very good.
He's actually a chef. I've been at a function that he has catered before, and so he's probably making a lot of that himself.
Well, it looks like he's rolling something now. Now they're soft tacos, so that's right. They need to be rolled. Perfect.
Does he deliver?
Well, you have to have some lime to put on top. Well done, sir. Welcome back on this Tuesday afternoon. Our featured game, Saskatchewan and Alberta, as we go to 6. And it's a 2-2 tie. And Saskatchewan Skrlik does have the last rock. Alberta has the hammer, playing the red stone.
Jump! Control. Jump! Please. Clean. Yes, yes. Please. Control. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
That's great. Forget about the fruit and nuts. Give me a California roll.
Great shot. 10? Yeah. Ooh, you can drag it. Yeah. 9-5? Okay.
It's good. 10. Little soft. No, we're good. Curl.
Close. Curl.
Okay, Cage.
Good, Wade.
Okay, Kathy, let's get people caught up here. 2-1. Homan leads. Melissa Adams does have last rock.
And it is that Homan stone that is shot. Rachel content to play a very patient game. Guarded on her final stone. Wasn't trying to get a second one in there. But that means the outturn path is available for Melissa. But it is a very precise draw. Needs to get to the hearts for the single.
Whoa. Mine's great. Whoa.
Melissa Adams, the former Canadian and junior champion way back 98, has been struggling with her draws so far today. This is just her third. Great brush, really good brush. Wonderful brush. And a little rub and a little roll for a single.
Very nice.
rocks would like get.
All right, let's make a good one here, Cage.
What's the weight like here?
I think we're like 14 and a half here. It's pretty nice.
I'm a little surprised they're coming around here, Russ.
I am, but not the team that we're looking at.
I think we're all there right now. But
I thought they might try to play a series of nose hits, get that rock a little higher in the house, maybe try for a roll.
Yeah, two nose hits, and then you're in front of the tee line. No, I agree. This is aggressive, but predictable for Saskatchewan. Look at this. It might be too good.
Nice.
Atta girl.
I do have it on the other side. Curls.
It's like this, hey? Do you have any?
A little more. I kind of like going.
I don't
mind throwing hack.
I don't think you even. I think you throw like 13, and if you kiss the guard or you kiss the one, it's fine.
Yeah, even if you tick your own red, then one or both the reds will be raisable. You just do not miss wide here. Got a really good chance.
Here's a 16 to
Tough to get this out, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think that's the goal. I think just get it off the button.
Rearrange it a bit, yeah. Kick it over to the side of the forefoot.
Lonely yellow in there.
Oh, yeah.
This spot, out turn, coming home, it's dead straight a few days ago. It's still a little on the straight side, but there should be some bite at the end, some finish, the right weight.
Help it over.
Hard, roll it.
Nice call.
Whoa. Good. Great. Good.
Really good
To keep it in play.
Really good.
Does pinch that or push that stone out into the open top 12.
Really good call. They picked the right speed.
You gotta hit and flop there.
Like that. Okay.
Now you can definitely get at the yellow with the out turn. Not easy, but it's there. You've got the angle raised that Saskatchewan's going to have to deal with now.
No, it doesn't matter.
Are you looking to flip in behind the center here, Joe?
I think so. Maybe try overroll and protect shot rock here. The shooter is going to be fourth shot. It's tough situation here for Saskatchewan.
Did ever. And you forced them to hit instead of giving those free draws or what's worked for Nancy.
Whoa. Curl.
Watch the jam.
Oh, curl.
And there it is. They've done the job for him.
Yep.
Okay.
Just a wonderful thought-out shot from Alberta to put the pressure on.
I think we've seen a similar thing the last 2 days since they did the rocks. They papered those stones. There's more finish at the end, but in the second half of the game, there seems to be a little bit less finish as the ice gets worn down. So this sheet is tilted towards the banner on the side, towards the crowd. So that intern was moving more to start the game, and that just ran quite straight.
She's giving you less. Nice.
Yeah, they expected it to go, didn't they?
Yeah,
it wasn't really overthrown either.
No, and there was no panic early. Sometimes when someone's really wide, if they know it's a straight spot, they call the carve almost out of the hand to save it, and they didn't do that until a good 3/4 of the way down the sheet. All kinds of trouble here now for Saskatchewan.
Stop it.
Top 8 would be huge here.
Hard. Hard line. Hard. Little
Argo Fleming. Oh, yeah. Well done. Great brushing on those last two stones. Really nice.
Was it ever?
What was that, Kale?
These ends, when there's a center guard can go south in a hurry. For Alberta to cash in a big score here, they've got to keep the rock positioning perfect.
Or do you want to double them? What? No. You can double
Cherry Lynn Ramsey. Ashton Skrlik.
Oh my gosh.
Great. What the heck?
Ooh, yeah.
That bent way more than it was predicted.
I didn't hear. I heard Nancy Martin say, do you want to double them? I don't know if she got confirmation of that or not.
I think they're just trying to get to the nose and stay right there and tap out the shot rock. Sit second.
So quiet tap on those two stones.
Yep.
Top four.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. For weight.
Here we go. And doesn't move them far enough. Still leaves Skrlik and Alberta sitting the 2.
It's not terrible.
Out counts the back reds, though.
Yeah, really good play. It's
We'll
usable.
try coming this way
And you
with
can't
it.
hit it if you're Alberta.
This is just your last, so I think we take the other turn just in
Did
case.
anyone get her time?
You can always be high.
14-2. Okay. This will be a little slower because they don't get out here. Okay. Light is okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. Still a good release. I need more.
Did you ever peel a guard?
I like the same actually in this path.
So it's the yellow at the top means nothing, and you can. Then Saskatchewan's got to be crazy careful.
Yeah, you're already sitting 2.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a great idea.
Thought we were more.
Line's good. Room. Top 12, top 8.
Because you're kind of playing into
Top 4. Nice.
Saskatchewan's wheelhouse now. Not that this is wrong either. You don't want to line this red-yellow up, though.
Nice.
One more time for Ramsey.
Line's good.
And Skrlik.
All you. Really good weight. All you.
Make sure it over curls a little.
I know.
Oh, good shot.
Great
The
shot.
concern, Vic was 6 inches to the right, and
That's
then
perfect.
Saskatchewan can hammer that red double. Good shot.
We try to
Just
throw peel there. Get those moving.
Yeah. I mean, that yellow's not going very far, right?
No, I
it shouldn't
know.
spill
Do
too
you like
much,
firm
right?
right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
If you
Okay.
catch the red,
If you
I
hit
guess
that
that's
top
not
red, you hit
terrible.
the top red. Sorry? You hit that one that they just threw. That's
Yeah.
all right, too.
If you catch the red, it's fine, is what she said.
It's better than the flat.
Yeah.
If you can get all the yellow you can see, that one goes for sure.
We have
You
to
might
try
be
to
able to
move
squirt
them,
that one over there somewhere. Got to get it pretty thick to do that. I think the top button rock stays, Joanne, don't you?
I think so. I think it's going straight back.
And I heard them say,
The yellow might spill out
right,
too, hey?
and they said no, it won't. They said the yellow's not going anywhere. Well, if you ever hit it micro thin, it could.
Skip stones here in 6. And it's Nancy Martin with her first. Hit analog. Shaylin Stewart. Here we go. What do you got? Oh, and she touched the red one first.
Should have let it curl.
So close. So close.
Just haired it.
Yeah. Shoot. Good throw.
It's sweet.
That was very
Good
close.
throw.
She gets by. It was exactly where you wanted it.
Shoot. Just haired it, hey?
Just.
Oh,
Thought we were fine.
yeah.
Just finished it?
Yeah.
That's all.
Right
That's
here.
yeah.
Peeling the guard's still an option. What's Nancy do if you
Margot's
peel?
overcurled, so.
Maybe a bump bump if they do.
Bump it on an angle.
Yellow under red
I
and
don't
just
even know how we peel.
move one of the reds out.
Yeah, yeah. You'd have to be accurate, though.
Dropping in on Northern Ontario against Nunavut and getting ready for the final stone of the Iqaluit skip, Julia Weagle.
And an opportunity for 2. Krista came around and froze, and Julia froze on top of her. And in trying to tap the stone back, Krista ticked off the guard and rolled, but she is not shot. And so looking for full 8, just a bite of the 4 for the second point.
Now, yep. Allison. Sweeper T. It's curling. Yep, then yes. Make sure. Yes. You got backing now. Yep. Yep. Allison's are up. Looks good. Great throw. 2 red.
To pick up a couple, they'll go to the 7th. McCarville scratching. Really going to have to scratch to stay alive.
Gotta go. Line's great. Line's good. Line's great. All you. Top 8. Line's great. Really curling now.
Gotta really go to lock this on.
Can we cross? Cross. Curl. Curl.
Top 12.
Curl.
Top 12.
Okay.
Wow, that really came off.
Yeah, they're dying in there. It's getting pretty soupy in the middle.
Sorry,
Just because it's the slide path and it's used up, is it?
Yeah, I think so. It's early, though. It's only the 6th end.
It happened this morning about 8, Russ. It really flattened out the center line path. I've not seen it on the other sheets, but it did happen on that sheet this morning.
Kayla might have been protecting there too. Heavy was not the play to bounce off. Would have been
They
less
threw
than
one out here. It
ideal.
actually came up a bit, but I think you'll run a bit more.
In a 2-2 tie, New Brunswick and Team Canada.
Well, the shot stone is Rachel's. That was her first stone. She came around to a stone that Melissa had just thrown, but it is deep in the house. Melissa tried to follow and came up light, and so this is a draw for a pair, needs 4 foot.
Keep your broom down hard.
Has missed her first opportunities, first 2 chances
Curl him. Finish it.
at hammer conversion.
Okay. Good judge.
Oh, there you go. That's better. 2 it is. 75% on their hammer conversions, which means, of course, getting 2 or more when you do have last round. So at 75, that is best in the field.
Nancy Martin can actually make a triple here. It's at 2 dead buried.
Here we go. Look at the brush. Stewart called off. Here we go. What do you got? Bang, bang. Move it. Oh, and we'll move it far enough that it leaves Skrlik and Alberta sitting just 1.
Thinner. That's pretty good.
It's good.
It's better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you take on the double run?
I think so.
And it's not good. Thinner, yeah.
Yeah, thinner certainly would have left a shot rock.
I was like, I couldn't really see, and then I was like, I could see, and I'm like, hey, whoa.
Hit back.
And these 2, if you can somehow negotiate those, that goes that way, that goes that way. It might hit one of these back ones, but it could be for a bundle. Very hard shot, though, to just a tick to the left of center here.
Right now, Alberta and Skrlik are sitting 1. Yellow onto red, onto the 2 yellows for a bundle. Got this, bang, bang. Oh my, look at this. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Alberta. What a shot.
Just perfection. Couldn't have hit that any better.
She took like half a second to put the broom down for that shot too, Russ.
Yep.
Incredible.
She's such a good player.
She is. She really is. Very nice. Well played, Ann Vic.
What a great shot. It has the bench applauding as Skrlik cracks a 5, and Nancy Martin even has to go. That was a good one. Hate to say it was against us, but what a shot. Kayla Skrlik. Well, it's not the first time she's popped a big number. A couple of years back in her first appearance, scored a 6 against Laurie St. George and Quebec. Sometimes we have to think about a key shot, but this is easy, doesn't it? This is what's wonderful stuff.
Before that Saskatchewan rock stop, Kayla was sprinting to the other end. She was just so excited to throw this, but it also takes great line calling here. This has to be perfect. Bing, bang, perfect. We talked about her being able to handle the big moments. There's one of them.
For 5, and just absolutely now jumps off the board. The key shot is brought to you by BKT Tires. Growing together.
Just and it was like made but out of her hand. It was like whoa, clean.
Yep.
Really good.
Credit too to that combination. It's one thing, but it's the yellow onto the red, then onto the Jerry Lynn Ramsey.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
The house.
I got 4-7. We're there. Yeah.
You made a good point too, Vic. Nancy Martin turned around and just smiled. Like, you know, that's the great part about this sport. It's she was just about as excited as they were. That was a well-earned 5.
But I was saying top 8 before. I meant that's how we were.
Just stop for now.
Okay.
And then you think about Joe earlier. I mean,
Just hack.
for Skrlik, the number of stones that the brushers were able to get into the right position, those sweeping. You know, you go back and you analyze the entire end. It probably was as perfect an end within a result as you could get. I mean, you'd say check mark, check mark, check mark.
Yeah, I mean, it double run double gets the 5, but those 5 rocks had to get in the house and stay there somehow, right?
Yeah, in right spots too.
Good shot.
Really nice.
Alberta's done a really good job of preventing Saskatchewan from playing their game. And when they've had the opportunities to place precise draws, they've done really well with that. Ashton Skrlik, for me, this game has done really well with her rock placement.
Very true.
One miss kind of early, got an inside line, came up light. Besides that, I don't think she's missed a draw.
88%.
Clean, 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 clean. Good shot.
Good judge, Kel.
I was kind of with you.
Okay, right?
Speed's good here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice here. Yep.
Similar to what I threw this way.
Yep.
7-1. Alberta and Selena Sturmey out of Edmonton. As we said, Kathy hadn't played in more than 24 hours and has looked sharp.
She has. Veronica, though, has a chance for 2 to draw this game a little bit closer. She was facing 2 on her first. She made a perfect hit and roll under a guard, and Selena tried the run back and missed connecting with the PEI stone, and that is why they are lying 1. This is a draw for 2, looking for 8 foot.
Veronica Main throwing the 4th stone for the PEI team, skipped by Jane DiCarlo.
Nice throw. Good job. Wow.
And that's for 2. Team was walking in today. You know the famous story about the Crapo Curling Club. That's where the McFadgens were. Yeah, and you played against the McFadgen. They have a wonderful summer. Barbecue, lobster, golf, and curling. That's the whole thing. You golf, lobster, and then curl. And it's just all together. Yeah.
That's pretty tough to take, eh?
Wonderful summer spiel.
Coming, chair. Normal down. Chair. 9-5. Chair. Chair. Clean. Chair. 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 No roll. No roll. No roll. Yeah, no. Sorry. Spin. Good.
Trying to roll on top there. It's a good idea. They don't really need another red one in there, but that would have worked. The 2 reds are almost too good, Joanne. They're right together, so if you run that yellow back, it'll then be frozen. The nice thing for Alberta is they can throw any weight they want at these rocks.
Yeah,
they're all wide open.
Just bumper.
Gonna lock another one on here.
Bumper.
Yeah, that's pretty juicy.
You know what happens in these? Every time it's you're just a hair left, hair right, and there's a simple double.
Yeah, but if you can ever get right on the nose, both those yellows aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
Good bump.
Good bump.
Down by 5, you gotta make a few really precise shots here.
This is just gonna set up a yellow double.
Roll.
Okay. Okay.
Control.
Thought they'd try the double. It's thin though, isn't it?
Control. Yeah. That was 9 too.
No, this is not bad.
Still leaving a bunch of yellow in there.
Okay. Slow flop. You got it.
Really good rate.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Oh.
Clean.
Well,
Yep.
clean.
Yep. Yep. Little down. Little down.
Really hard not to pick ours out. Go.
Little sister.
Hard.
And they'll get it through.
Sorry, guys.
You've cracked 5. You're Alberta. I know you're in the 7th.
10-1.
But would you
Just looked like it picked up some curl and some weight came off too with it.
just
When that happened, I was like,
take your foot off and go? We're not going to put stones in play if you're Alberta. We're just going to keep it wide open right now at this moment in time. And
I think
if you hold them to a single, give them a double, that's fine. Or 2, rather. You'll get your hammer back.
They're trying to do that. It's just that with the 5 rock rule now, if the opposition makes a few good ones, as Russ said, those 2 red rocks that were splitting tee and frozen to each other, that actually helped Saskatchewan. As you heard Kayla just said, I'm trying to figure out a way to just get them 2, not 3 at this point.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. I think even if you roll big over
Okay,
here.
hidden roll behind that red. Come here. Hidden roll behind the red.
Go down.
Okay.
If those lead rocks are top 4, top 8, spaced out, there's no freeze available for Saskatchewan.
They look at playing the red double. There's no reason to do that. You just hit this one and maybe roll on top of your own.
Yep.
Little less.
Yep. Clean. Clean. Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Stay close. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
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 Yep.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Curl.
Oh, no.
Okay. Pretty good.
That's good. Good, Shay. Good roll on top of ours, really.
Jeez. I don't know if that's going out. I don't know.
I could
Just throw
like
that.
this, and then I stuff it. Okay. I just never want to jam that one, right? Yeah. It's right here. Yeah. Okay. Just on the inside of the candle. It's quite thin, Jer.
This is tough because of that freeze we talked about. It might not kick that out far enough because it's welded in there pretty good. So now they're going to go down and play the only double that's available, but there's not much difference between that and that. And if they ever do the second option, there's a lot of yellow in there.
The double. Okay. You got it. What weight? Peel. Okay, I like it.
4-2, Team Canada leading. Melissa Adams out of Fredericton, her last.
Well, there were 2 stones in the 4-foot. Melissa made a perfect freeze, as perfect as you can make on her first one, and Rachel blasted and got rid of everything that was in the middle. And so there are 3 on the outside 12, looking for 8-foot for the single.
All right, our game looking for the angle under. There's your exactly what you said.
Boy, oh boy, he just couldn't do that.
1 then for New Brunswick.
Try to hidden roll the yellow.
The only one it's out counting is this back.
14-2.
Yeah, or hidden roll the yellow, babe.
That's literally what we said.
This
Yeah. That's shot rock.
or that. Sit 4.
If you make that, we're sitting 4.
I think so, Nance.
To make a double or.
And if you end up not catching this, that's not terrible, right?
What do
Either
you like,
double
Shay?
on this one or your last one. I don't mind that either.
This?
Yep, sure.
Just high?
Yep.
Yep, nose.
Just nose.
Yep.
That it's interesting call. If they get
Either
a
double on, or
quarter of the yellow, the red's going to drag a bit.
You like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Could.
I think it should run
It could
pretty
actually
good.
drag enough to maybe get that back yellow. Doesn't have to move that back yellow very far.
Mine have been running good.
You think it would drag that far?
It might. It might. You'd have to get the frozen yellow extremely thin.
I think I like taking this on, though.
Yep, I do
I
too.
don't think 3 isn't even enough right now. You're down by 2 playing 8. 4 gives you a chance.
I like this too. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Nancy Martin and her first.
Hard, Shay.
Now down by 5. But has an opportunity here. Stewart. Oh,
Okay.
just fails to touch it on the way by.
Control.
Huge.
You could always go
Huge.
try. He's so close.
Didn't stay here, and there goes the whole end.
Oh, I thought she'd be able to hold that there.
Look at that. And it wouldn't have taken much, Jody. Just a little clip on the yellow.
Ugh, just had to kiss it, like.
Oh my gosh,
it
I
back.
barely missed it. Yeah.
Nose? Yeah, nose. got it. Control? Yeah. You got it, Cal.
Extremely easy shot for 4 if you roll out here.
10-5. Clean. 10-5. Yes.
Yep. Hard.
10-5. Whoa. Yes.
Yep.
Whoa. Yes.
Yep. Hard.
Yes.
Yep. Hard.
Yes.
Margaret Fleming.
Yes.
Almost right out of her hand.
Roll.
That's good.
Good judge, Ashton.
Nice
shot. Nice judge.
Not know where to go with that.
Yeah, you didn't want to roll another 6-8 inches, then the run back would maybe make the red double.
Oh, I think
Might.
Shay,
I think we need to
Does this ever catch this?
it's close.
Very close.
I know. I just don't know if it has enough time to get there.
Yeah. Just needed to roll probably half a rock more.
Hey?
Probably just needed to roll half a rock more.
Half a rock.
It just needed to go half rock, but
Like you gotta hit it here,
plant
right?
it. But yeah.
Plant it with peel.
Yep.
You like it?
Do you play desperately now?
I mean, either way, we're
Go.
getting one, then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As long as
I think so. You can't call a shot that's not there, and I
No.
don't think it's there.
Yeah, I think
so
the only
No,
other
not
thing
quite.
Is this quiet,
if
and
it
that's
was,
how we do, so.
And you're,
don't think it's
sorry, Joe, the problem with
If you throw
hitting
exactly
the
same-
freeze situation thin is you're losing the top rock too, right?
yeah,
we gotta be nose.
You want to
though.
get it to
I
about
want to
here,
get
right?
it as thin as possible.
Yeah.
It might not catch it, but
I think
I
you
don't
take
think
your
it
2
does.
and you put up
We got to try
the
it.
long center line
Even if it
guards
plants
next
it-
end and try to get something going there if you're Saskatchewan.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The idea is to, the idea is to throw it better than I just did. It's hit it really, really thin, and right now they're queued up to go about there. So it doesn't have to drag a tremendous amount to tick this one. That's what they're thinking. But they're not quite frozen, which makes a difference. And you're coming in possibly with the wrong turn, depending what happens here. So
there's not a lot of time.
yeah,
Those
right.
rocks are pretty close together. If that rock was at the back 12 foot maybe.
Like it was before.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, it doesn't have a ton of time to get there. But
No.
Yeah, the back yellow, as I drew up before, was capable of hitting it, but it's a little tougher now. The other problem for Nancy is to execute this properly. You're losing the raised rock.
Final stone for Saskatchewan and Martin. Here we go. Kadriana Lott. Stewart on the brush. Touch it. Oh, no, not enough. And that one there will be a stolen point for Alberta. Desperation doesn't pay off for Nancy Martin. Tuesday afternoon here in Thunder Bay, our continuing coverage of the Scotties, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. 4th time that this area, Thunder Bay, has hosted. The very first, it was still Fort William and Port Arthur at that time, and then in 1970, the amalgamation occurred. 8-2, Saskatchewan after the steal of one. I said to you, Russ, Joe, we're in the break. I said, okay, now you get.
I like the other side.
You can go back and put on the glasses and say, well, if you would have played for 2 there, then you hold them to 1, and then you hopefully get 2 more.
Spot's
And
nice too,
you
eh?
close the
Same?
gap. I mean,
Same
it's
speed.
it's not like this was the 3rd end and you start doing that. But
No, exactly.
I think based on the time of the game, there's just not a lot of ends left to come. If this was in the first half, for sure, get your 2, get your centerline guards up, and start working away at maybe stealing your way into the game again. But I don't hate going for it if you're Nancy Martin in that case.
And who you're playing.
Yeah.
Take a look.
good. Nice. Good throw.
Tempting.
Top 4, Ashton.
Should be slower, hey?
all right, Kathy, over to check in on Selena Sturmey, Alberta, against Jane DiCarlo and PEI.
Well, Jane's final stone is the shot stone. Was trying to hit against 2 and roll underneath to take this away from Selena. She did remove the stone, but it is open. And so therefore this is an open hit. Try not to jam at the back and score your 2.
You want to go, Des? Curling a lot. We just wanted to stay in the 8 foot. Okay, I think we're back 12.
Very nice. Got away with it. That'll be for 2 more and a 9-3 lead. Sturmey and the team from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton. Ranked number 12 in the country.
Sorry, Kayla.
Horrible. Big.
Okay.
Yeah. You know this one. It's close.
Yeah. See? Top beat.
Nice,
line
good.
straight.
Easy.
Top beat. Room. Top beat. Top 4. Top beat.
Line's
Line's
good.
perfect.
Top curl.
Curl, Shay, curl. Curl.
All right, Shay, curl.
Curl, Shay.
Curl, Shay, curl, curl, curl.
Curl.
All the way. Go, 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 go. Keep going.
You're close.
Keep going. Go, 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 go.
Great shot, Cage.
So take a crack at the double here, and meaning the one on the right. Not straight back. It's kind of a natural. Don't have to though, do you?
No, I think if you're Alberta here, you're pretty happy to concede 2.
Hard. Good shot. Nice. Great sweep.
Straight there.
Yeah,
So straight there. I forgot how straight it is there. As soon as you set it back.
So
Best
just
game of
any
the
set, you know?
tournament so far
It's
for
like
little sister. Ashton Skrlik.
Halfway.
She's
See,
slowed it
line's
down.
great.
Line's
I think we
good.
gotta carry it a little.
Line's
Line's
good, Shay.
good.
We gotta carry it.
See, line's
Line's
good.
good.
Half. Curl.
Yeah, I don't know for half.
Curl.
Gotta go.
Curl.
Oh.
Gotta go.
Whoa.
Easy.
Just over. Okay, good. Throw.
Really yank your back.
Yeah.
That way or no? Do you ever try that or no? Like it'd be terrible if we jammed it in the rings. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible.
Good thinking.
Okay. You got it.
Margot Fleming, as mentioned, previous 4 years played with the Territories in Yellowknife and Kerry Galusha. She continues her study. She's working on her. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And they got the catcher.
Keep going, keep going.
Isn't that a, get the terrible result the other way.
She's working on her PhD, doctorate in geography, as she
Yeah.
studies snowfall in the Territories.
Yeah.
I don't have to study. I can just tell you there's lots.
Open your back door.
70?
What are the odds of doing that, eh?
That was tough to do.
Chip, yeah.
Just catch enough that it
Yeah.
touches it to the rings, doesn't kill it.
I thought all there.
Line's great.
Okay.
Room
Line's
it now. Line's
Halfway.
good.
Curly.
Halfway. A little more.
Clean.
Whoa. Just needs to sit.
Just clean.
It's a little tighter than half. Yeah.
Clean.
It's a 3.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Good.
Whoa.
Good.
Whoa.
Good. Nice.
Good.
Throw.
I didn't get it.
Control. Okay. You got it. I don't hate
Great
a
chance
hair
for
roll
3
by
here, though.
control.
You can hit the back one. You know where Nancy's going with the next one.
Yeah. Nine five. Yep. 9-5. Clean. Clean. Sure.
Nice clean little dust. And through it goes,
That
and to
was
the
my
back
bad. I
they
was
go,
not
and it
active
will
enough on
spin
that
out.
ball. 9-8. That was a great throw. Really good throw. Good, Margot.
Well played. Game
Okay.
for Margot Fleming.
Around everything here.
Okay.
Yep. Back here.
Lot left,
Heads up.
going
Yep.
right.
Line's good. Heads up. Running. Curl. Curl, Cage.
Yeah, you can.
Heads. We're back there. Curl. That's okay. You can be all the way back
Hard.
there. Curl.
Go, 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 go. Keep going.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go.
More.
That's sweet.
Good call. You know, you try to go top 8, you might not bury it. It'll be a double.
Slide in there, but it would dig.
Yeah, it's.
Came down good.
They're scratching. Saskatchewan.
And you come around and you go top 12 instead of back 4, back 8. It's an easier double once this peel is made.
Right.
Peel. Okay. You're just straight peeling it?
Yeah.
You got it. Oh, sorry.
Same way as
4-3. Canada and Rachel Holman lead. Have a chance here to add to it.
They certainly do. Just a very open end. Rachel hitting stuck on her first. Melissa replaced the stone, and so this is a nose hit for 2.
You're doing it. Keep it there. Yep. Keep going. Good sweep. Good.
Quietly going about their business. And a 90% game being thrown by Rachel Holman.
Looking very comfortable. Is Rachel?
Good end.
Timeout being called by Saskatchewan.
What are you thinking?
I really want her to chase this double this way, not this way, because I want her to chance that going there, right?
I mean, that one might come here.
I think you almost have to guard it, don't you?
Just guard that?
Well, I think you have to guard. I think you have to guard it. I mean, she's gonna, if you guard it good, she's gonna wrap it, but you can hopefully pick it out, like chase it. Otherwise, you're just leaving her double, right? And 2 is, well, she's going to do something. You're forcing her to do something other than the double, right?
Yeah. My other thought was like to Christmas tree it here.
Well, I mean, we don't have to be far in the house to you could do it here actually.
But I don't mind the guard
that double
either.
that way.
Yeah,
Well,
she can cross it easily.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to leave her a pretty easy smash if you put it somewhere there, right? For 2.
So if we guard,
I think your
she
chance.
tries the same shot.
If you go guard and she, if it was
She's
me,
running arms in.
I'm wrapping around
I like that.
and then you dig it out for 3.
Okay.
If we get 3, if we have gets 3, we're only down for Lisa.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's talk about what the coach, Sherry Anderson, suggests, Russ. We'll start with that. Like the guard?
Yes, because she's making a good point. With the score the way it is, Kayla Skrlik, and with the hitting ability she has, she's going to throw a rocket at those 2 if you don't guard it. And yeah, there's an outside chance of jamming it, but you have to score 3 here.
Okay, and then conversely, they talked about playing into the rings and giving her that opportunity.
Yeah, just crossing your fingers and toes that the double gets missed.
Yeah, just a little more.
I thought they might throw the other turn because they were talking about putting it top 12, out counting that back one. You can't do that with this turn.
I think they just opted for the guard.
Yeah, straight. It must be.
Halfway.
Clean.
High 3.
It's good line.
Halfway.
Clean here.
We're there.
Curl.
Kind of needs to curl right now.
Curl.
Should finish, but get it all. Get it going. Get it going.
Curl.
Clean it. It's there.
Little more. Okay. Okay, it's good.
Well, covered them, boy. Yeah.
I like it. I think we're slower than I thought.
No matter where this goes, you can either chase it, tap it out, or you've got that rock to raise in, the one you just threw.
Yeah, really a well-played game by the entire Alberta team of Kayla Skrlik. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
We're just a hair slower than Dart of the Button on this side. Okay. Looking for more like a 4 or 5-ish.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Big in the house.
And then the kick speed is like a 30-ish still, right?
With a good ad.
Yeah.
25.
Okay.
Good ad.
Want
Good to go.
Line's good.
Weight's close. Gotta
Final
go
stone,
bit.
Kayla Skrlik.
All you guys. Line's green. Line's great. Take a.
It's really close.
Curling now.
All you. Copy.
Yep.
Where it could slow down a hair here as it gets into the 4-foot strip.
5-4 hard. Bully. Fight the 4 if you can. Hard. Ash.
Go, Ash. It's not there.
Oh, wow. Heavy over there. What'd you get?
5-4.
4, but it just looked like it went.
Just like that,
What was
Vic.
that kick?
40.
I got 5-3 on that. Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I'd say probably like the one I gave you where I drew here, we went button, right?
I don't know why. Yeah, you just threw this 2 hands ago. So. Same throw.
Similar, yeah.
Yep.
That was a 30.
Haven't thrown a draw yet.
Good piece of the 8-foot for 3.
Yep. What was the kick? 35 or something. So light. I thought it was fast. That's what I thought.
Good line.
Nice. T-line. Line's good.
T-line.
Line's good.
Really good line.
Yep. T-line. Line's good.
I don't think I can turn.
Line's
No, I don't
good.
think I can.
Starting
Got
to
a
curl.
3 last night against
Hard girls.
Team Canada in the 6th, but then coughed up the 3 right back in 7th.
There you go. Great sweep.
And there it goes. So, you know what? Sometimes coaches timeouts. All right, what are you going to play? No, the coach came out. The guard is what you got to play. Coach was right. Everybody back to work today after Family Day yesterday as we say hello on this Tuesday afternoon from the Scotties. And there you go. The no tick rule coming into play here as we play in the 9th. Saskatchewan gets their 3.
I head out.
But the last rock will belong to Alberta, and Skrlik playing the Redstones have the hammer here in this 9th. And the official not quite
It's still not on.
putting it in the right spot.
It's not on. Oh, fuck.
Alberta was playing the tick. It was
No,
just
it
off the
wasn't
center
on.
line.
It was as I was lifting my broom up, and it was the same time I hit the rock.
And Ashton, I guess she just burnt it as she lifted up her broom.
Room right now.
Higher the better.
Where?
To it.
Can you go around it? Or no.
No, we're not there.
Okay.
You have to hope.
Just freeze it then.
No, it's trying.
Okay, that's okay. Good.
Okay.
And Kathy, we have our first final.
Well, for the team from PEI, they only got 1. They had an opportunity for 2, and so decided that was enough. And you can see Jenny White, their alternate, had the opportunity to get in the last end. Her first Scotties experience. And for Selena Sturmey, after over 24 hours off, rebounded very efficiently this afternoon.
Gotta go a bit. You can, Curl. You can. All you, though. All you, get it here.
Wait, it's really close.
Hard. Great.
Good.
Great. Great shot,
Really
Jared.
good.
So you mentioned Jenny White
I know.
getting into the game, Kathy, still on the bench.
Okay, Ashley got
In fact, she plays PEI mixed with Tyler Smith, who we'll see at the Montana's Briar. But this was her coming in prior to the 8th, and on the ice for the first time. And watch her reaction. Ooh, this isn't the ice at the Crabble Curling Club anymore. We're on the Scotties ice.
True.
And what a thrill for her, and even the team saying, "Well done, you got into the game." So she got to play in that 8th. Really exciting. Wonderful. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. And as red as a PEI potato. Look at that. My gosh.
That's just the best feeling ever, sliding out there to play in the Scotties. Won't ever forget that.
So quick underfoot, isn't it?
Yeah, you fly to the hog
Yeah,
line. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Pretty good angles here for a double opportunity.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Curl.
Okay, nice throw. Yeah, good throw. Just backed up a bit.
Alberta's sitting the one on the lid, covered. They do have last rock.
You got her. It's nice release still. You got it.
Room right now.
1-2.
Just over is good.
I think we gotta go again.
Make sure.
Keep going, Jake.
Great game. It gets harder to drag rocks. Pebble gets worn down, especially in the inside stuff.
Sorry, right here. Karma.
You got it. Take your time. You got it.
Ooh.
You're okay. Clean. Okay.
Ooh, it just floats out so much.
Yeah. Better to have me on it, I guess.
Like even Jerry's clean, she like literally just went down and all of a sudden it was like backing up. Halfway.
I like this out of the team. You comment on it a lot with Team Canada. They're always, they're up a million here. They're still assessing the situation, analyzing it, what went wrong, what didn't, and to get that little bit better.
You know what I really like about Alberta is that they're very honest too. They don't, oh well, maybe it was this, but just no, it looked outward, or no, that looked inward, or no, that was a good throw. And I think that that's how you get to the answer the fastest. You just check your ego aside, and you trust what your teammates are seeing. Sometimes you might feel like you threw it perfect, but if someone saw something, it's best to believe them and make the adjustment.
Hogged it again, so.
Let's play this, Margot. Try to stick around. You don't have to. We'll play with normal. Okay.
She said normal, hey? Yeah. If you don't stick around, it's okay. Yeah. You got it.
I would think better not to stick around.
You got it.
Margot Fleming.
8-5. Room. Ashton. Hard. Hard. You're going hard. Hard.
Push.
Hard.
Push.
Okay, you're good.
And got it. And around their own.
Good sweep. Yeah, good, Ashton.
Had a bit of air early. I think it looked like it was going by.
But I should have tightened up the ice a lot. Yeah, I just watched Ashton's one take off. Yeah.
There's your point.
Yep, like the throw, just could have been tighter with the ice. That just helps Margot if she throws in that spot again. Now she's not going to change the throw. She'll throw it the same, just move the broom.
What can always happen without that communication is the skip goes, well, that one didn't curl, I'll take less ice, but Margot goes, well, I'm going to throw it narrower, and it's a double whammy.
Halfway. If we hurry.
Great throw.
Good, Shay.
Good spot.
Peel. I'll tighten you up.
Okay. Straight.
Yeah. You got it.
Nice throw, though.
You got it.
Straight through.
These are the games I think I've never been there. I'm thinking out loud that it's difficult when you're trailing to be the brusher, to put that effort in, and looking at the scoreboard too, right?
Yeah, and it's got to feel pretty frustrating for Saskatchewan.
Nice.
Shot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an awfully close game. It's 2-2 till that brilliant double raise double.
Oh my
Yeah, I just
gosh,
never.
Shannon was like,
choke up Margot's out turn, choke up Margot's out turn. And then what do I do? Give her extra ice on the out turn. Like an idiot. Do you think it's kind of slowing down a bit here?
I'm guessing it's a hair sticky.
Shannon Clyburn did say, the biggest difference for this team in their second appearance is knowing what to expect.
The high ones might
Now to Scotties. Kamloops, of course, as you say, time management. You've got this request, you're signing over here, you're meeting these people. And she said they do come in with lots of confidence, knowing what, and also how to approach each game. Right?
Yeah, and it's
I just want
also
to top
just
it like a foot.
the body under stress. Like, it's not a bad stress. This is the stress everyone wants to be under, but it's your brain having to compute all that for 10 days, and the second time you go through it, it's just a little bit less exhausting. And then if you get in another 3-4 times, we say that all the time about teams making the final more than once. It's that fight or flight isn't constantly in the background ready to kick in.
We also talked about the fact that, yes, they have played the most games of any. They started early because the lineup was new. Fleming arriving, the switch between Ashton, Jerlyn Ramsey from lead. They got a lot of bonus from making the final of the points bet and losing to Homan in that final. Speaking of which, let's check in on the reigning Canadian champion.
Well, similar situation when Melissa sat on the hack on her first. She was playing a draw. It went between where those two yellow stones are at the back. Rachel ran her own back and removed the New Brunswick stone. This is the force. She's playing down to the face of the shot stone.
On our sheet, this particular shot cast is slowing down. If she gets a little narrow here, they'll have trouble carrying it. How about, have you noticed anything in yours?
Not as much so as yours.
Draw weight here, problem for her is, again, it's been 63% on her draws compared to 94% on her hits.
Well, she had a draw earlier, her third day, and went through the house. So they've been kind of heavy and kind of light.
Got it. Oh, yeah. Look, what do you think, Cass?
She said good try.
Yeah,
I think she's good.
I think she's good, actually.
I do too.
I think it is. One red it is. Really nicely done.
Yeah. One red. Nice job.
Even if you just get half touch. Yeah. Either way, she's blasting. I don't mind either.
It's probably easier than the freeze, right?
Yeah, I think so. We kind of know this.
This is a harder shot for her, I think.
I don't know. We threw this.
Or right here.
Wow, she probably just picks it.
You like this? What do you like?
I do, Nance. Yeah. You like it?
Yeah. Just that,
like,
firm bump. Yeah.
Not the shot you want to be playing to.
Either one's like, we freeze it.
Yeah.
Just got a blast.
The freeze would be your best chance to steal.
So which one do you guys
It's whatever you think you can make better. Like, if you're a little more confident in that draw, I don't mind the draw, but if you like the hit and roll, I like
You
that.
don't see the steal by playing this.
Yeah, let's just.
Joe, unless you have to roll dead perfect, and then there's a 2-foot raise.
Yeah, and it's hard to roll dead perfect and stay shot.
Stay shot, yeah. I thought she'd go to her weapon there and freeze one in there.
Nice bub.
Yep.
Forcing the one's not good enough.
Needs to curl right now.
Yep.
Just
Final
bub.
stone for Saskatchewan.
Whoa.
And Nancy Martin.
Curl.
Close. Curl.
Curl. Go,
Hard on the roll.
Go, 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 go.
And she'll roll it in behind and maybe hide half a stone.
Could make it any better. You roll much farther, you're not shot.
I was saying earlier in this game how hard the hit and rolls have been.
Yeah.
That was very, very precise.
Really good shot.
Good throw. Yeah, I mean, we had to be shot. So
Yeah, to be shot, yeah.
couldn't do much more with it.
No.
It's a good throw.
We talked often about the different competitions now, whether they be colleges or universities, juniors. One that we don't talk very often about is the Arctic Winter Games, of which Kayla Skrlik won in 14. They've been playing the Arctic Winter Games since 1970, and the next is in 26 in March in Whitehorse. How do you like this? Bang for 2 more. Very nice. And that will be it. Handshakes. In a very important game for both teams, it'll go to Alberta, and Skrlik make the final 10-5. And it was that 5 put on the board in 6 that is the difference. So Skrlik goes to 4-2. Martin falls to 3-3. A very big game, and we can't stress enough the short round robin, no tie-breaking games. It's head-to-head, and so this win by Alberta and Kayla Skrlik will go a long way to helping them make the top 3. And yes, best shot of the event so far without doubt. That double angle raise for 5 coming in 6 Pro-Kit Open, and a disappointing all-around game for Nancy Martin overall, shooting just 66%. It's a win for Alberta. The game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. So we're going right next door. The game between New Brunswick. This is Melissa Adams, the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton, against the reigning Canadian champions, #1 in our country, #1 in the world, Rachel Homan out of the Ottawa Curling Club. Canada leads at 6-4. Homan also does have the last rock. They have the hammer, playing the Yellowstones, coming home.
And in this game, even though the scoreboard is very close, it has been dominated by Canada. Rachel very patiently sticking to her game plan and not trying to change it up because she's playing a lower seed.
Catch our back one. Catch our own. Yeah. I think that's good. Little thick's okay. Like I can nudge it.
Could run the guard here too.
I think that's a good shot.
Okay,
Kathy raises a point that we often think about, and it happens in all sports, about playing a lower seed and taking your mind off the job. Did you, when you were playing with Rachel, did you in fact have meetings to say, we don't care what their seeding is, we consciously have to go out and keep our focus?
Yeah, and I think to Kathy's point, I'm assuming it means that they weren't taking big risks, assuming that shots would be missed. And that was always a big thing for Rachel. I mean, she's played at so many of these Scotties. And those upsets do happen because any team can play on any sheet of ice. And I think you might see Rachel take more risks as the week progresses, as she puzzles out the ice and gets more comfortable. But because there's still some variables they're working out, I'm not surprised to see the scoreboard the way it is.
No, I'm not either. And New Brunswick's at 86%. That's the other reason.
Exactly. The lower seed teams usually come out with their best games against Team Canada.
7.
So true.
8.
Whoa, has to stop.
Yeah.
This is Jacqueline Crandall.
Yeah, it's hot.
Just, yeah. 8.
Whoa. No,
8.
can't.
8, 9.
Sit.
8, 9.
Used to play mixed doubles with James Grattan, who we'll see is representing New Brunswick at the Montana's Briar.
I like ripping the back one, I think.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, we gotta get rid of this. Yeah. Peel. Otherwise, they can. Or do you want to throw like normal? It's not going anywhere.
Whatever you think.
Like
It's
you can.
edge to edge. I'm missing like a sliver.
Like half is okay.
Okay.
Normal or
Killing your own shot rock is not a problem either.
signal something. What do you want?
I guess the perfect shot you could roll on top, but why with
I
a
just lit a little tight on my
2-point
line.
lead and
It's
hammer?
straight. It's right where you throw it. Okay.
I think the best result is actually kill your own too.
Yeah. Rock is helping New Brunswick right now.
Wow, 89. After last night throwing a 99% game, Tracy Fleury.
Wow, that was not the call.
No, I think she just got it going. The call was yes, right out of her hand.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little tight and I didn't want to like.
You want to come have a look?
Yeah. It's either
You
like
can all
that.
come. We
And we have another final and another win for Northern Ontario.
And we wonder if it's too late, but for Krista McCarville and her team can't look back, just have to win out the rest and hope for the best, and they played better today.
So that's win number 2 as they improved to 2-4. Still winless in 5 for Nunavut and Julia Weigel.
Exactly.
These are helping
No.
us right now. I don't mind the good.
What is she gonna do?
She's
gonna peel it. Like she's gonna run this? She might run on hers.
I think we good. And
We
then
guard right now, eh?
Yeah.
We're
Think
not
we'll
so
make a
good. Like that double's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Sorry. I can also even probably double and roll in if we have a guard.
Yeah.
I see the theory with the guard, but I don't think against Rachel Holman it's a good idea. Holman's then got that if they want.
Okay.
And get rid of both.
So we go tight. She's going to keep peeling. How many rocks does she have left? She has
3.
They have 4.
They have 3 rocks. We have 3.
So you have to try to delay a rock or two though before you get in the house.
What if we double?
I think we need a good. I think it's too early.
Okay.
I think we need a good. But it's just win to play this.
Yeah. Do we try to freeze here?
I thought about that.
But
Guard
but
the
then
red
what?
here?
After we're done, but then after we're done guarding, red what?
We are.
Doesn't really matter, but
Red shot.
Okay.
The double's there.
no,
but
I think you can play that later.
we guard, she
Yeah.
peels, then what do I do?
Like how long do we?
I
And then I only have 2
I
rocks
think
left.
that's your question mark, right?
Yeah.
I think you guard for sure on this one, and then the next one is.
Do we
you guarding
play
again.
a freeze?
I think you might have to tap back a little bit.
On her neck.
Yeah.
Not right now though.
But I like just.
Never getting the one in play, right?
But
No.
That's a lot of yellow. You can't
Yeah.
really
I think
double
just.
off
I think
that.
it's just
that-
like
that yellow
just
is-
to touch it this way.
Yeah.
Tight 3.
I
Sorry?
think tight 3.
Tight 3 guards our red. Yep.
Tight
She's
3, what
and
if you-
maybe she
What if you like freeze the pocket on the one after?
like here.
Then she just says that's going all day.
That's
I think
fine.
we have to
That
guard
might
because
stick
then we.
around.
I think
Tight 3,
I think
I
it's
like
a tap, like back this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably gonna need a
So I
Tap
think
this, but not now.
yes,
Guard.
yes.
Okay.
Good now. I think we need these rocks in play. Because
I think
we're
if
not-
we're really tight and she tries to peel, she might jam on something, right?
If it's tight, she will not peel. She's nowhere to
I like
peel
guard,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you go top 12.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think that's
Yeah, a
the
couple of
best
feet
call.
short. Yeah.
This is a rematch from last year's Scotties. And Team Canada won that one 9-3. And Holman in that game curled 99%.
Oh, like a 16-5. Yeah, because hers was a 16-4, it was tight 3.
Hey, let's go. Got it.
Sounds like nice speed, 16.5 for a tight guard. Doesn't sound like any kind of slowdown yet on this
No.
sheet.
Tight 3. It's
Well, let it work.
I think.
3,
Line's pretty good.
2.5,
Line's good.
2.5,
Hold it.
2.5.
Okay. Go tight as you can. Yep. Hard curl. Hard. Real tight. Yep. Okay. Whoa.
Jacqueline
whoa,
Crandall.
good spot.
Great. Good though.
It's a good spot because it kind of took away that thin yellow double that I'd drawn up.
What do you like? I like the peel. Okay. What are you saying?
I was just wondering if we can, I know it's straight, but like go after
Probably
it
not
with
enough
the
air,
other
eh?
and if we get-
Well, I mean, at worst I get the guard, which is okay too.
Well,
we want
just
to
if
get
you
it thin
whisker
and-
it, it's not good.
Yeah.
Off our own. Like play it to make sure we're on the thin
I'm good to
side.
rip it.
And then if it goes by, like if we take it double.
Which way is easier? Do you think this way or this way? Okay.
There's less danger over there.
Okay.
Yeah, peeling it to our right, if you happen to hit it really thick, the yellow might hit the red, and at least it kills one of them. You peel it the other way, solid into your own is not good because then there's 3 runs of rocks in play.
We talked about that plan too. Yeah, we're good. Clarity. It's
pretty thin, though.
Still straight here.
Yeah, we can hold it for you, Trace.
Yeah.
Tracy overcurled on her first. They're talking about how straight it is on peel, so she protected and gave it a little bit of a turn. Just framing it up for her now.
Yep.
Really hard.
Whoa! Stop!
Wilkes miscue. Oh boy.
Goodness, did they straighten that thing out?
They backed right off.
Wow. Good shot.
Too strong.
Good sweep. Wow. I can't.
Just throw.
Why don't you freeze? Right here, like Alex said, in the pocket. You can freeze in the pocket. Back one will go, but then at least have something on your next. Yeah, let's freeze right here.
Yep. You got it.
So we saw Alex Robichaud, the coach. He and Melissa played mixed doubles together. In fact, they together were in the recent curling trials in Liverpool. They went 2 and 5.
So we're kind of
So you're seeing this a lot now. The mixed doubles coming into play. So many teams.
Do you like a hair less? 14.6. Do you like a hair less on the ice or?
14.6.
Hair less.
14.5. Yeah, I like that.
Just straight freezing, kind of top button, Russ, on the edge of the red.
Yeah, it looks like
I
it.
thought they might tap that
yellow
and just try to make a bit of a wall behind the tee line.
Yeah. If you could ever talk Rachel into blasting out a couple of brown yellow, then you can hit that other one.
Have a look at the loss.
Yeah, right.
Whoa! 9. No line.
Oh, this is flying.
9.
It's out in the good stuff too.
Yeah. How much? 9.
You gotta go.
Whoa!
Yep, go.
Yep.
Whoa! No. Has to curl.
No,
Has
you're
to
by, you're
curl.
Oh dear.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy, but they all go if I hit the inside of my own.
You can hit the red one first.
Or just hit this one.
Into the back.
Sure.
She's got to sit 2. I like hitting that one.
Okay, does that go through?
Can we not?
I don't think we need to do that. I think we just hit this and roll into here.
I just don't think we need.
Okay.
I think it's really hard to just roll to here. I think I'm going to end up hitting my own out.
You could get it thin and like roll into here.
You don't think hitting that 7, they go through the hole?
I just don't think we
I
need
don't
to.
know if
Like
we
she's
need
got to
to
sit
either.
2. You just gotta make this one go.
Well, I'm. Okay.
What weight are you doing?
You don't have to win the game in this shot
Like,
either.
even if you
know,
make
just
both these go into
play
this, you
something
gotta hit
safe
it
here.
out to sit 2.
Okay.
Play quieter, like do you like a down normal or?
I don't know. This.
Normal.
I think normal.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to play around with the weight. I don't think. It's definitely falling, but I could play the in if I needed to.
I like this.
What weight?
Nice
Normal.
part about this is you, if you ever do wreck on your own, you take out that side red.
It'll just go straight.
I don't know.
Off the line, I think it'll just go straight, Rachel.
Ideally, like a
See
board
how
weight
you
would be the best result, but Rachel makes a wonderful point. You know, it's not, you can't see a ton of this, and why play around with the soft spots in the ice here?
Up normal. Whoa.
Best game of the event so far for her after 80% games. The first 4.
Good shot. That's good.
Yeah, so I mean you have to, as they know, they need to be sitting at least 2.
Probably like a half second heavy. You're close.
Down by a couple.
Yeah, we gotta roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emma came down and kind of said they have to sit 2. They have to sit 2, and there's no guards, so it'll be a matter of
We gotta hit
wide
this
open.
thin.
yeah, Team Canada just removing 1 red.
Yeah.
9.5.
Do you like a 10 or is that not enough? 9.5?
Well, we just have to move it, and we just have to sit 2. They don't have to be out.
9.5. Give me just the edge. It's running here. Yeah.
So they looked, Russ, I thought it rolling over, making the double and rolling over to the one at around 3 o'clock. Is that the plan, or are they just going to sit right there?
Your instinct is to hide, roll over and hide this a bit, but that just leaves the back one in this particular case. And if you hit the top yellow too thin to the center line side too thin, you won't make the double.
Okay.
So this, I think the best they can do is hit and roll, maybe center line, and it's wide open. Yeah, you can't cross this too much.
Lean on it. You got it. Go, go, go. Hard, Kendra. Hard, Kendra. Okay.
And it's done. They needed to be sitting 2. And so New Brunswick has been run out of rocks. And it'll be 5 straight wins for the defending champions as they pick up a 7-4 win. And Adams now at 2-3. So home and top of the table, followed by Brown, who was idle today. Corinne Brown of the Kamloops, 4-1. Skrlik comes up with a big win over Saskatchewan, and then there you go. So take it down to there, to the Martin at 3-3. And remembering again, top 3 advance, and the determining factor is head-to-head play. On the other side, Inglis, top of the table. Black, Cameron, my goodness, Saint George. But there's Einarson, 4-time champion, 2-2, and Laws at 2-3. That's a really, really wide open Pool B. Congratulations, Rachel Holman. Her first game in the 90s, and it results in a 5th win.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by Home Hardware, here's how.
They're a great team, and Kate can make those big shots, and we've played her a ton in the past, and we know what to expect. We know that we're going to have to go out there and play our absolute best against them. Looking forward to a good game.
Obviously, they're a really good team, and they've had tons of success here, and lots of respect for those women, and I think you have to play your best through your entire lineup against a team like that, and you just have to kind of hope that some breaks go on your side, and you're on the winning side of it.
So that is our game when we join you again at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, featuring teams from Pool B. Carrie Einarson, 4-time champion, was rocked today by Harry Galusha, dropping to 2-2. So this, pretty much a must-win for them to keep them close. And then Cameron, very good right now at 3-1, the reigning Manitoba champions. What a game this one was. What a shot that was. Kayla Skrlik for 5. To break it open and pick up the win, keep herself within the mix over Saskatchewan. So we'll take a break for a couple of hours till we talk with you again at 7 Eastern. Thank you for joining us. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts Canadian Women's Curling Championship is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.
Sorry, I thought you were going in first.